And we are live. Let me go over to my YouTube and post the Zoom link in the comments and pin it. Let's see here.
My laptop to load. I'll go ahead and do a little introduction here. Welcome to the after party, YTPC's on Saturday night. And Captain Burley Slice and I just finished recording the newest episode of Brothers of the Pipe podcast, where we went over a bit of our experience at the Muletown show this year. I say a bit because there was just way too much to go over everything, but we went over some key highlights of things we got to try, as far as vintage blends goes, some new pipes we bought, some funny little stories. But I don't want to give everything away. You'll have
So
to.
that was not half as easy as I thought it would be. There was just so much to talk about. There was no rhyme or reason to any of it. We have 3 Muletown attendees in chat already. We have Smoky Stash Cameron, David G, and the Simple Georgian. Good evening, sir. Hope everyone's doing well. And for people that's coming to watch this live later after it's recorded, keep in mind, this is not the podcast. This is the after party. The podcast is Brothers of the Pipe podcast, available on Spotify, Apple, Podcast Addict, Audible, uh, Amazon podcast, all over the place. You can find it.
Wherever you like to listen to your podcasts.
Oh, Lord. Cameron says, say a prayer for me. Boys, I haven't had a pipe since Friday evening at Muletown. It sounds like someone else might have been a little smoked out, man. What's going on, brother? Hey, Smoke Snacks is in here. He says, hey, guys, what's up? I travel to the East Coast, and I can get to watch. That is awesome. I'm glad to hear that. Lukester's in here as well. Dr. Bob's Nightmare. Why does it feel so early?
It's funny. We went to record the podcast at 8 o'clock Central. It's when we always record, and it was like 7:40. I was walking the dogs outside, and I'm like, "Did I get the time right? Because there's still some daylight outside."
That's right. That's right. It certainly does change your perspective a little bit. I got my fishing license this morning, so the times are changing. I went to the river and cast my line in a little bit. I didn't do any good, but I talked to a friend at Walmart today, and he's been wearing them out. So temperature of the New River in Gully Bridge, West Virginia, is 54 degrees, and the bass are apparently biting. So won't be long. We'll be catching some fish, posting some pictures up on all the socials, and that'll be a lot of fun.
Cody, you'll have to read the comments for a second. My laptop is wanting to not load for some reason. And that's
Okay,
what
not a problem. David is halfway through the inaugural smoke of the Ten Commandment pipe he had commissioned. A large bowl took a quarter tin to fill it. Orlick Golden mixture from 2014. I can imagine the collar on that. I don't know if Cameron had tongue bite or if he caught the crud being at a social event.
was the flu.
Huh?
I talked to him this morning on Instagram. He told me he thinks he caught the flu.
Oh, gotcha, man. I was real concerned with that myself. You're shaking everyone's hands, and uh, man, I hate to hear that. Been down for a week, man. Stay hydrated, get some vitamin C in you, brother. You take care of yourself, man. I hope you get to feeling better.
Yeah. I'll be next. The wife and the baby have a bit of a cold right now, and it hasn't hit me yet. But there's no way it won't. So, next week if I sound like garbage, that's what's up.
Dr. Bob's Nightmare said he heard Beretta might be buying Ruger. I'll look into that. I haven't seen that yet, but Beretta is a shadow of what it once was, really. Post the 92 FS, the M9 contract, Beretta's, I don't know, that'd be interesting. I wouldn't be surprised if Ruger didn't buy Beretta and it wasn't the other way around. Yeah, the Luxor says that pipe is awesome, David. The pipe David is talking about is a what's the 3 letters? It's a London Calling Simon London Calling LCS.
Oh,
London Calling Simon. But anyway, it's a 10 Commandments up on the mount. It has the 2 tablets. I don't even know how to explain it. We need to get a picture of that one up on the.
partial plateau freehand. I don't know. It was wild though.
Yeah, it was a commissioned, really cool pipe. Um, and it was big. But some of the pipes that David has commissioned are like super large. So he had a very large Morta. He had one that he's like, this was my workhorse, and it was this beautiful grain pipe. It was just spectacular, but it was used, man. He had been smoking it.
And it takes a special piece of briar to be able to get a pipe like that without any kind of fills or pits, but also having beautiful grain. I mean, true works of art.
All right, real quick, Smokestacks, yes, that is the Zoom link to join us, my friend. Gamecock Piper says hello, had a fun time at Muletown. Definitely need to meet more of y'all. Yeah, there was some presenters that I didn't recognize or wasn't near for some reason. Some of our paths did not cross, and I do hate that. David G said he had some mild upper respiratory symptoms, but the Rustica snuff killed it. Rudy says, good evening, gentlemen. Good evening, Rudy. Hopefully you are feeling better, my friend. I haven't talked to you this week, but I really hope you're doing better. Let me see if he clicked on that. Nuzona, how are you doing? Very good to see you in here. Let me see if he clicked on that Zoom link. I don't think he did yet.
So, laptop to work. I'm going in blind. I can't see any chats yet, which I don't know why my laptop isn't loading. It was doing fine up until we hit the live button, and then
Guys, I got a Bucky story. Me and Hunter was driving back. We were going to stop and get gas. I was like, hey, man, I'm pretty sure there was a Bucky's. There we go. Let me get him in here. I was like, there's a Bucky's up ahead. And we checked online, and there was a Bucky's up ahead. And I spent entirely too much money at Bucky's. But we had a great time. That was a lot of fun. Glad we went. Did I click the right button?
not up there yet. Dude, you were like a kid in the candy shop, and like we were kind of trying to get home without having to rush, but not like take our sweet time. But there was a Bucky's, and neither one of us had stopped, and you were like, "Hey, let's stop at Bucky's." I wasn't expecting that, so I was like, "Yeah, let's do it. Let's stop at Bucky's." And we walked through the whole store, and you had a shopping cart full.
Hey, come on. Some of that was your stuff in there, partner.
There, I had a little bit. I got some beaver nuggets. Those are my favorite.
So we started that one with the biscuit burritos. That was incredible. I got me a Bucky's tumbler, some beef jerky, some gummy bears. It was good. Mushroom leg in the chat. What's up, ninjas? Hey, if I was a ninja, you wouldn't see me right now, buddy. Hey, and listen, I'm not saying I'm a ninja, but you've never seen me photographed with one. Just let you think about that.
I think ninjas are butterflies.
Hey, Garrett, how you doing, man? I see you there.
What's up, fellas?
All right, audio's coming through good.
Caleb Schmidt in the chat. How are you doing, sir? On call at the fire station. Good to see you in the chat, man.
Thinking I'm gonna go meet up with Miss Rose tomorrow.
Oh, do tell her we said hello. She's one of my favorite people on the planet.
We're headed over to Boda Pipes, it sounds like.
Blue Cord Custom Woodworks. Hello, sir. Very good to have you in here.
Maybe it's Chrome. Let me try Edge and see if that does anything. Sorry, I'm really out of place not being able to see anything.
Well, if you need some technical advice, I mean, that is what I get paid to do.
It's a work computer and I need a new one.
It's a ThinkPad. Man, put Linux on it and give it 10 more years of life.
Getting a new thing is not the solution. Ask anyone with an estate pipe.
Well, I mean, this can be true. Although I've had some laptops, I could just frisbee them. I really have.
Well, I can see us. It's loading. The video's fine, but I don't see chat. I'm on Edge. What is going on?
Yeah, we got a great group of guys in chat this evening. Great to have Garrett in here. Smoke Snacks. Everyone go check out his channel. If you're not subscribed, please do. Hey, which one of the Sutliff Seattle Pipe Club blends was that you had at the Pavilion? I was trying to think of that yesterday. I couldn't remember which one it was.
Mississippi River Special Reserve Flake.
See, that's a mouthful. Okay. Special Reserve Flake, Mississippi River from Sutliff.
Okay, I'm in. We're good. Don't know what happened, but I've got it.
Oh, Caleb's had the crud as well the last few days. The Simple Georgian says Boda Pipes is awesome. I got one of the best Cuban sandwiches there.
I have heard that, except I hate pickles and onions, so I'm not going to be getting it. And I don't like mustard either. So
Cameron's asking what everyone's smoking, so let's go through the list, guys. My tongue's a bit sensitive. I think I overdid it last night on Chris's live. And we just recorded the podcast. So I have a cigar. I have a Brickhouse Maduro in the Vitola of Mighty Mighty. Hunter, what do you have, buddy?
I have a Missouri Original Cobb, Reverse Calabash, with my favorite tobacco, gifted to me from Lukester. And I got to share a bowl of this with him at Muletown after the show. That was really, really awesome. And a very special gift. Thank you, Lukester.
and I'm in a hotel room, so I'm not smoking anything.
No Zen or nothing like that?
I've never tried a Zen.
Okay. So, Rudy's having some 10 Russians in a Dagner Lovat. That sounds incredible. New Zona's having some brothers in arms. I think David had some brothers in arms earlier. Luxer's having some Rougarou, is that how you say it? In his Saturday Savinelli. Dr. Bob's Nightmares having some Prince Albert in his Rob Roy Legend Missouri Meerschaum Cobb.
There you go. More Cobb action. This is pretty cool.
Last pipe I had was Old Dark Fired in that Colonial Gent Cobb you guys saw.
That's a great blend too, man. I hope you enjoyed it. I really like that one.
Robert is enjoying Eric Stokeby's Afternoon Malang, if I'm saying that right, in a Morgan Bones. I've got a Morgan Bones on the lineup. At some point tonight, I'll be smoking the YTPC Bones.
Well, that's an interesting one. I don't think I've had that one, Robert. Hopefully that's a good one.
Ooh. What Caleb Smith says. I have I can never say a cigar from Mr. Blaine himself.
I wonder how you pulled that one off, buddy. That is awesome.
That is cool.
Very cool, man. Very cool. I'd like to try one of those.
Nice. Cameron says, "Oh snap! Forgot that I was going to share a good moment with you all. I was reorganizing some stuff yesterday, and I found a tin of Ehrlich Dark Strong Kentucky and Solani aged Burley Flake that I'd forgotten I had stashed away. See, that's the great thing about sellers. You can forget you have things, and then it's like getting free tobacco.
I picked up some Solani aged Burley Flake at Muletown. It's just got 6 or 7 years on it, but I'm glad to have it. House of Manners is in the chat. He's getting ready to eat some food, then probably going to smoke a Fuente Opus X classic.
That dark strong Kentucky is a hell of a treat to find.
Yeah, man. I had a little bit of it gifted to me from Carolina Smoker. No, I don't know. I have a little bit of it. It's quite good.
Now, Dakota, what's cool about that aged Burley Flake you have is that they changed the recipe around 22, I think. So yours is definitely one of the older batches before it was changed.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to trying it. I really am. Also, Gamecock Piper's got some of that secondhand bookshop sample from Parsimonious Piper. Interesting. Cameron said that's like finding that random 20 in your pocket.
So Garrett, are you into any of the Burley Flakes? Solani's, Wessex, Masshole, HH? All of it good?
All of the above.
My man. Good taste.
Pegasus, a lot of the Burley blends. There's some that surprise a lot of people.
Pegasus is probably the only blend I really got to smoke this week. I was able to load up a Bones on the way to work and back, one of the smaller ones, and half a bowl twice a day, and that was pretty much it. It was Pegasus. Not a whole lot of smoking for me this week, sadly, but that's a great blend.
Pegasus is 2 years old right now.
Gotcha. It's got a little age on it then.
Well, I figured out that fresh it's it's lacking something. You give it like 6 months, and then if you buy a pound, you got plenty to dig through for the next year or so.
A lot of people say that for Cornell and Deal blends, 6 months is the trick. If you don't like a C and D blend, give it 6 months and come back to it. If you don't like it at 6 months, it's just not a blend for you. If you do like it at 6 months, people seem to think. I mean, not seem to think. I mean, they're probably right. The C and D needs to wait 6 months. Um, I don't know. I've smoked it fresh, and I've smoked with a little bit of age, but that's one of those blends I just kind of chug away at without paying too much attention to be honest. Uh, that would be fun to do an A/B comparison, get some like 1 year old or 2 year old Pegasus and see how much different it is than fresh, I guess.
Pegasus is
Yeah.
a good standard. I think it's right there, or at least it should be. And for some reason, the last few weeks we've been talking about it a lot, Hunter. But for me, it's always been in that same lineup with Haunted Bookshop, Old Joe Krantz, Big and Burley. Not as strong as the latter two, but yeah.
For me, it's a really good blend to smoke when I just want to smoke something, but not anything specific. You know what I mean?
David G
I,
has a Monte Cristo. I'm so sorry. Go ahead, Garrett. I'll get caught up on this in a
no, I
second.
was just gonna say I think that Pegasus is like the other side of the coin from Bayou Morning. Where it's this nice everyday fit of a tobacco that just can go, and it doesn't really matter.
And I think that's a great point because it is the other side of the coin. Pegasus is kind of the all day, any season, any weather burley blend, whereas Bayou Morning is kind of like the Virginia blend for me. I could smoke it any time of year, any time of day. Just it fits the bill. It's simple, but it's good. So I think that's a great comparison. I've never thought about that like that.
David
Uh,
G has a Monte Cristo White Series Rothschild waiting when he gets done with that bowl. Robert says he'll be back. The food's there. Dr. Bob's Nightmare says, I was checking on you guys at Muletown and finally realized that Walt was Carolina Kirk. He says, I'm a little slow. I am too, my friend. David G said he scored 5 pouches of Five Brothers at $2 a pouch. That's a lot of nicotine for the coin there. Johnny's in the chat. 209 Piper, and you know what he said. What's up, nerds? Dr. Bob's Nightmare says, wow, that's a great deal, Five Bros. Harry is in the chat as well.
Carrie was in a shop, I think this past week, and she'd been looking at the Dr. Grabo Omegas. You know, I think she's wanting to get one of those. And I've got a small collection of them, and she said that it was new in the store. They were $40. It was pretty inexpensive for a new Omega, but it was in like the cardboard with the plastic that new Grabos come in. And looking at it, the stem plastic, but there was like little pieces hanging off the end. I don't know quite how she set it. And then it looked like there were some scratches on the bowl. So I was like, well, that's pretty disappointing.
Interesting. Was that a post or a video? I must have missed it.
I think it was a message.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Some advice on Gravos. I sent her some links to some eBay finds I had. I used to be able to get those $20. Now they've gone up a little bit more for a clean estate Gravo. But yeah, I hate to see quality slip from a great American company like that.
the the diamond in the rough to find of those Omegas is the collector's Omega, which is pretty hard. It's like 1 in 100.
What's the collector's Omega? Oh, like
It'll be
like one that's not beat up and all that.
no. They have a series where the briar allows the bowl to be just a little bit bigger, and then they'll have small flaws, so they'll rusticate it.
Yeah.
But it's like a collector's series. You can find them in different lines.
I'll have to keep an eye out for that because I didn't know that was a thing.
They're few and far between. Like I said, like 1 in 100.
Next time you see one, will you send me just whenever? But if you happen to see one somewhere online, will you shoot me the link on Instagram Messenger? I'd like to see that.
Yeah, sure.
That'd be cool.
So David says, hey, Carrie, my teapot arrives tomorrow. Excited to try the loose leaf tea. Hey, man, welcome to the club. I had some new loose leaf today. It was a sun-dried black tea, and my wife didn't like this one, but I thought it was quite good.
And Carrie summed it up here, or corrected me. She says the metal ring was scratched. The stem had plastic shavings hanging off the mouthpiece. I knew I didn't quite say that right.
Some of that's from forming though, because they do the vacuum form, so it's a two-piece. You have that little seam
Yeah.
that come off of that.
I actually, well, I have one with a plastic stem. This particular one, I enjoy the plastic stem because I am hell on a vulcanized stem. You know what I mean? And the plastic, it doesn't oxidize and it's pretty low maintenance. I like it, but I know a lot of people they're not into plastic stems. They want something much better. But again, it's an inexpensive factory pipe to be heavily smoked, really. And for a pipe that I take to work, it fits the bill really well.
Rudy says he's been wanting to get a Dr. Grabo again, but they have doubled in price since I last had one. Yeah, my first Dr. Grabos was the first pipes I had access locally to, and they were at the local pharmacy, actually, of all places, is where I got my first new pipes. I had some pipes given to me that were old estate pipes. But yeah, they have certainly went up in price. Johnny brings up a good point. Look at the West Virginia pipe shop. Pretty low prices on Grabos, and they've got OTC blends, Codger blends by the ounce. That website really does open up a few different options.
Yeah, they're a great shop to deal with.
I've looked on there and seen that they do have bulk offerings of blends that anywhere else you'd have to buy the pouch or the tin, so it's a great option. My thing with the Grabo, I have a lot of Grabos. I enjoy them, but for the price these days, I would rather just buy like a Bones pipe for the same amount. That's just me, though.
I don't disagree. Early morning pipe is in the chat, and a very good evening. Hope you're doing well.
I will say you're hard pressed to find a Bones pipe that carries the same aesthetic as the Grabo or the broad appeal.
Oh, by no means right, but they're not trying to. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that is the difference. But for some people, that matters.
Yeah, if you want one with brown leather stain on it, leather dye, yeah, and you want a classic billiard whatever shape that's smooth and it looks like the pipe that was smoked in the movies of old. Yeah, it's not going to be a Bones, that's for sure.
Yep.
I've got a couple older Grabos, and a few of them they have really good grain to the wood. I'm not saying they're all like that. I have a couple of Grabos that are duds, but I have a couple that are like diamonds in the rough. They smoke great. They look beautiful, bird's eye, but I found those online, eBay. Usually you can find some good looking stuff if you spend a lot of time on there.
I've got some older Grabos, and they all have the vulcanite stems.
Yeah.
And they're one of them I had to order from Italy because you just can't get your hands on it here. It's a Grabo freehand like volcano poker.
Hey, Ryan's in the chat, sipping Piper. Great to have you in here, man. Hope everything's doing well. If you guys aren't following Ryan, he is Saudi American Saudi. I'm not sure which way he identifies that, but he's living in Saudi Arabia. He was near the embassy that got droned here recently. So great to see him in here doing well. David G gave an update on the Firebird snuff, so I was asking about that. I don't like aromatic pipe tobacco, but I do like aromatic snuffs. And he said it's berry forward, medium coarse, medium vitamin N at best. It'll scratch the itch. And he says, but would be in my normal rotation.
Gotcha. Yeah, I've got a couple of those Grabos with the vulcanite stems. I have some that are really old, I think, as far as Grabo goes. I'm not a Grabo expert, but I like the quality of the older ones. But again, it's one of those things I just like to go on eBay so you can see the grain a little bit better. And I know on the forums, I've been on forums for years, and I've seen people post some Grabos that will just like make your jaw drop.
Hey, Phil.
I don't know if it's coincidence or not, but typically the Grabos get better grain for me to smoke a lot better. It might be the placebo thing, or maybe the person working on that particular one spend a little extra time with it because the game was so beautiful. I mean, I don't really know, but I've got a bulldog with a vulcanite stem that needs to be cleaned really bad. A Graybo bulldog. It was the first pipe that not the first pipe I owned, but the first pipe I ever bought. I bought it on eBay as an estate, and I knew it was a great pipe from the beginning, but I thought maybe it was just like my lack of experience. No, it's actually like this golden pipe that I can't figure out why it smokes so amazing, and it's important. I think someone with a decent pipe in the beginning to keep them, going, and that was it. That was the pipe that kind of got me hooked.
I got my first Graybo from Steph and Skip Kane as part of one of their giveaways, and after the first time I smoked it, I wanted another one.
Yeah,
I don't have but one or two really small, like Larks, Graybos at the moment. But they hold a place in my heart, man. Lots of fond memories of Dr. Graybos, and I don't know why I don't have more of them, but yeah.
the one that you purchased new from the store close to where you worked at, I believe, and you smoked it heavily, didn't you?
Lukester says David didn't flinch when he tried the Rustica. Listen, in a scary way, Hunter's like, hey, man, that's a lot. You know what I mean? Like, I know CPR, man, but that's a lot of Rustica. And he took it like a champ. It didn't bother him a bit. He's like an old shaman in the Amazon, man. He liked that. That was good stuff.
All he had to say was, "That's nice. That's good stuff."
He's like, that's good.
Listen, I've said it for months now, almost a year. I don't want to meet the man who can take Toke Rustica as like their everyday stuff. I think I met the man. Like I knew there had been someone out there. I didn't think I'd ever meet him. But it's David. He took it and he liked it. And he was like, "Yeah, that's a good hit." And I'm like, "Damn, son."
It was impressive and scary.
Well, I guess you guys need to come out to Colorado then, because Katie and I will do whole bowls of Rustica, big old bowls of Rustica.
I've smoked pure Rustica. It burns wonky and by itself. It tastes a little weird, you know.
It does, but sometimes it hits the spot. If it's been treated right, it takes on a good note.
Mine was just raw tobacco, man. From it was like raw whole leaf. You know what I mean? Dr. Bob's Nightmare says the nicotism is strong in David. Yeah, David's like Yoda, but a little bit more badass. Johnny says he got his first Graybo in 1989 at Thrifty for, I think, $12, and that's probably new. Yeah, I know when I was buying them in the early 2000s, they were like $20, $25 in the blister pack or the cardboard back plastic, you know.
Hey, Johnny, do you still have that pipe?
Oh, okay. Johnny did a short showing me that 80S Irish harp. Also, guys, look up Johnny's Merchant Service Levant. He has a smooth one with beautiful grain. And if Chris shows it off again, Chris has a smooth Merchant Service Levant that is contrast grain. That's very light and dark, and it looks marbly. It's very cool. The one Johnny's got has, it's not contrast grain. Very, very beautiful grain on that one. I would recommend everyone to check that one out. And I'm about to go look up his other one.
I missed something here. Yeah, Smoke Snacks. You were at the pavilion with us in the evening. I got to check out a lot of your pipes that you had with you, and I brought a couple, especially the radiator pipes with the various, I guess, bowls is what you would call it for the radiators, and then up there, you know what I'm getting at. The one I have. Do you have it with you?
Half of that.
All right, so you guys need to look up this video, this short Johnny just uploaded. It's the 80S Irish harp, and I thought the Irish harp was like just rusticated. That looks sandblasted, and how it is a bulldog. The top plane here looks like it's ring grain. It looks really nice. So it's got the red stimuli like the Dracula, but the stain on the bowl of the wood itself is burgundy-ish. Quite beautiful.
Some Petersons do turn out some really beautiful grain.
That one's a dandy.
But yeah, the radiator bowl that really blew my mind away, Garrett, they had was
The entire cob.
You did. You had like I think what it was. Have you seen like MacArthur cobs? It was basically a MacArthur cob shoved onto a radiator pipe, and it was beautiful. And like, I don't want to be too hands on with someone else's pipe. You know what I mean? It's a personal item, but I'm like, gimme, gimme, gimme. Like, I just had to see. I probably came off rude, and I'm so sorry. I was like, this is cool. And I'm looking at it, I'm checking it. I'm like, man, that's gnarly. It was one of the cool.
No, I wasn't rude at all. You don't show up with a bowl like that and then not expect someone to want to handle it. Like, no.
Fair. But it wasn't just that extraordinary long cob that you had, which it was extraordinary long. That was interesting to me. You had a hickory bowl, you had a morta bowl. So you had several things available that you simply don't see every day.
Yeah, I had a hickory, I had olive wood, I had a morta, and I had a briar. And
olive wood. Yeah, I forgot about the olive wood. And speaking of the corn cob you had, it's not every day you see that. You'll never see that again. Is how long that thing was. It was. I'm guessing that was a 1 of 1, right?
If you can find under, so that was the Aristocob.
Yeah,
right. They had the Aristocob make your own pipe kit, and that was one of the cobs in the pipe kit. So if you can find one of those
down,
yeah,
it was raw stock. I see what you're saying. I had no idea. That's interesting.
And that's a Missouri Meerschaum cob.
Okay. To explain,
and that was
to explain to people how deep the bowl of this is. I mentioned the MacArthur cob. The thing about the MacArthur cob is the reed essentially is at the halfway point. The bottom half of the cob is not the bowl; it's just a handle. So it's still a large bowl on the MacArthur, but not when you're looking at it, not as big as what you would think. This is the whole cob all the way down. So like it attaches like any bowl does to the radiator at the bottom. So it's not like the MacArthur where it's the full size cob, but only half of it is actual bowl. I looked in this thing; it is a full chimney. It's like that. I mean,
the chamber depth has to be 4.5, 5 inches plus. I mean, it's. Do you know what that measures?
I think it's 5 1/4.
Okay.
But it's tapered, right? So it's not that width the whole way down.
Oh, okay.
And when Justin at 1913 was making it, he was sending me footage of it on the lathe because it's not internet friendly to describe what that looked like. I'm sure you can imagine. It was a sight.
And David G agrees that that corn cob that you had was awesome. So that's cool.
Yeah, that was. Yeah. I mean, on one hand, you want to say, "Hey, that's novelty," but on the other hand, you smoke it, so good for you. You probably have to be attentive to it. I know you were telling me after it gets so far down, hope it doesn't go out because you're not really going to reach it with a flame.
Yeah, by the time you get even a match in there, there's not enough air to get it relit. You have to be smoking on it. But no, it's actually a pretty good smoke, and I was really, really pleased that I was able to get that custom made for me.
Yeah, very cool piece, man. Very, very unique to have in your collection.
Well, it's a perfect fit for that one radiator.
So how do you like your mortar bowls? I don't think I got around to asking you about that. Mortar is something I've been interested in for a while, but I've never owned anything mortar, so I'm always curious to learn a little bit.
So I think it was David, right? That was at the pavilion with us.
Yes, David and Woodster in here was at the pavilion.
I remember. Yeah, I've not seen David's full handle before. So David got a morta, and I gave him my theory about the mortas, and he backed it up.
Okay.
That it softens the flavors of blends that you're smoking. So if you tried, have you tried the new Gowith and Hogarth, the Westmoreland slices?
No, I haven't had that one yet.
They're wildly intensely smoky. It's what Latakia wishes it could be. Like you start to choke on the smoke.
Okay.
Um,
That sounds
Katie,
interesting.
Does.
Katie's a Latakia lover, and Katie said it's too much.
Yeah, I think I remember you saying she enjoyed Latakia, and so coming from someone that smokes predominantly English, even she was like, "No."
Yeah, no, she'll have straight Latakia, like blenders Latakia. She'll load up a bowl of that.
Okay.
But this was too much, and so when we put it in the morta, it all got softened, and all of the other flavors started to come out.
Oh wow.
So Morta definitely has a great place. It gets really hot, especially if you're just chooching away. Thicker walls better. I have a Bones Morta radiator bowl, and then I have a custom one, the big custom one. And I prefer the bigger custom one because the walls are way thicker.
Well, that makes sense. If it gets hot easy, you would want, more material to absorb that heat,
Yeah.
spread it out through the smoke. That's interesting. I'll get a, I'm really into Falcons. I don't have a whole lot of stuff with Falcons, but I have a few bowls and I love them. One day I mentioned to you I'd love to get a Cobb Falcon bowl, one custom made. I think Morta would be cool to get a Morta bowl for a Falcon as well. I think I've seen some boutique Morta bowls made for Falcons in the past.
Well, on this trip, I plan on meeting up with the guy who can do all that.
Yeah.
Awesome, man. I hope you have a blast. That sounds like a lot of fun.
Well,
I I love hanging out with him. He's really good people. If you guys ever get a chance to talk to him, or I don't know if you'll get to meet him. He's not the world's most social person, just like most of the pipe community. This is about as social as most of us get. But
He has an Instagram?
yeah, he does.
Well, won't you give that to me so I can make sure I'm following him at least?
1913 pipes.
Thank you.
okay.
Lately, as soon as he makes a bowl, it's sold within hours. So you can contact him with exactly what you want. Morta's pretty easy for him to come by. Last I checked.
I got him in there. Justin Johnson.
Yep.
1913pipes.etsy.com, guys.
Some of the other guys who make bowls on Etsy, they do a fantastic job. They're less flexible and they're less personable.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Hunter, Johnny asked you how you're liking that reverse calabash.
I'm sorry, Johnny. I didn't even see your comment. Yeah, I like it. Just picked it up at Muletown. I don't know. It's one of those pipes that I knew they made, but I didn't know they still made. So I walked up to the table. I looked at it really cool, set it down, walked away. Came back, picked it up again, stared at it longer, set it down, walked away, kind of eyeing it, really hoping no one bought it. Then I'm like, okay, I'm starting to get uneasy when I set it down. I should just probably buy it. But I really like it, and it clinches really easy. And I'm not much of a clincher. I thought it'd be too bulky, but it's there we go. It's good. I actually walked the dog with this one today because I haven't got to smoke it yet, and he comes up to me.
House of Manners. What's going on, brother?
What is going on, gentlemen?
You got that Opus X?
Oh yeah,
Which one is it? Is that the standard?
it's the Desoto del Siglo.
Enjoy, my friend. Enjoy.
Something like that. I don't know. I don't know, man.
It sounds fancy to me, man. I'm not going to question it. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
Kerry's having the Lone Sentinel tonight. I've heard good things about that. David G mentions that JD Wolf does custom bowls for Falcons. He found out today.
Mm.
He's been studying with 1913. They've been doing like video classes and
Okay.
Justin did a lot of trial and error.
Right.
Gotcha. That's pretty cool, though. I saw one guy had his JD Wolf hat on, I think, at Muletown. We had a discussion about that. You were there for that, right, Dakota?
Yep, yep.
It was the gentleman that had the cane pipe, right?
I think it was. Looking back at pictures from Muletown, I realized who he was in person. JD Wolf is someone who, after he did the Pipes Magazine radio show, I followed him on Instagram. I messaged him back and forth on Instagram, and I was familiar with what he looked like on Instagram. And then at Muletown, he had a brown leather flat cap and a leather vest, and I didn't recognize him. You know what I mean? And I feel horrible for not coming up to him and stuff, because that was one of the people I was wanting to meet. And I really didn't recognize him until I saw the media stuff after the fact. So
I chatted with him for a little bit. He was hanging out with that gentleman with the cane, and I know that they rode there together. They were
okay.
They were reveling in some of the prices of the artisan pipes, which that's really hard to quantify, honestly.
Well, in both directions, it just is what it is. If you said they're not charging enough, you have a fair point. If you say they're charging way more than you would ever spend, also a fair point. Like you said, you can't quantify that in any way. It's worth exactly what someone's willing to pay for it.
Amen. Well, that and it's the cost of their time, right? If they have a higher price on their time and they feel like the pipe's going to pull that, then they can price it for that. If it doesn't sell, it doesn't sell. That was their price.
Also, the longer they've been in the industry building relationships, the better they can source briar, the better examples of briar they can have, the better aged grain structure. These people develop their blast over time, and there's so many different factors that go into this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's hard not to. I can't get upset for Nate King charging what he charges. I mean, the dude's like a legend. I mean, it's almost like buying a piece of art from a famous.
In my opinion, it absolutely is. It's functional art, but
yeah,
it absolutely is.
But it's no different than going to an art gallery and there's a famous artist. I mean, they're going to have more expensive paintings than the average guy that's just making a painting on. So I'm not price point yet where I can afford to buy a Nate King pipe. But you know what? At some point in time in my life, if I got the cash and I want to buy a piece of art that's beautiful,
I got me a Nate King tray. I got to support my homie. You know what I mean?
It.
So
that's it.
Nate's my dude, man. One of these days I'm going to have one of his pipes. It's just it
Me
wasn't
too.
This time.
That's right.
Well,
y'all made me laugh because on one of the live streams, I said my goal this Muletown is about Nate King pipe, and I had no idea. And then y'all told me how much they were. I go, well, I guess my goal's not going to
be. Maybe not this Muletown.
Yeah.
2029 is looking pretty good.
Yes. The League of the Keepers of the Briar is on here. Blue Cord Custom Woodworks got back on here. Terry Davies in here. It's great to see you live here, Terry. Really appreciate you stopping by. Gamecock says, I don't know how to pronounce that. Is that Cermak? Cermak Pipes made Falco Bowls back in the day. He made me a mortar bowl a few years ago. Interesting. I bet that is.
Cermak makes some killer pipes.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I don't guess I've ever seen him. That name doesn't ring a bell.
The fellow I was at Muletown with, Anthony from Castle Briars, he got a Cermak pipe. He ordered it just to admire the workmanship. He was never going to smoke it.
Okay.
And that he got one of his Eskimos, which is just wicked sharp. If you can pull those up somewhere, I don't know if you can. They are, the detail on them and how fine the engineering work has to be for them to work at their size. It's fantastic.
But I get it though. If someone, I think pipes are art, and as much as a codger I am, I understand someone buying one just to collect and not smoke at the same time. I have a whole lot like that. I have one pipe that I'll probably never smoke, the Savinelli Friday Savinelli matches 860 tribute pipe. But no, I get it. It's art. You know what I mean? And it's like what House of Manners is saying. You develop a name, and there's certain ways you can justify a price. You know what I mean? you know, if I painted the picture and Van Gogh painted the picture, obviously his is going to be a lot better, but it's also worth a lot more. You know what I mean? Uh,
Sure.
but what's really cool is I've seen people online with a huge collection of artisan pipes where you'll get someone famous, let's say like Nate King, when they were first starting out and they got one of their pipes really inexpensive because they hadn't developed their name yet. And then 10 years go by, and they're the biggest thing on the boutique market. Pipes are selling for 10 times what they used to. And, you know, someone's got one of the early ones. It's just really cool to see that. I don't know. The evolution of a pipe maker, I guess.
Oh yeah, that's great. That's why I like getting in and try to find like Gieske pipes or Dottle and Breyer, like some of these pipe guys that are making stuff right now. I mean, they're really, really cool pipes.
Have you seen the Eskimo that Steve from Donald and Breyer made me?
No, let me see. You got it on it
I
right
don't
around
have
you?
it on me. I'll go get it.
Okay.
It's
Yeah,
it's a
I'd
beautiful
love to
pipe.
see it.
Really good
I
price.
love Dottle and Breyer. Oh, love it.
The stem is nifty. It's got the red stripe down it. You know what I mean?
Mm.
So it's and for the price, you know, he says he's just getting started out and it's priced that way. It's just there's nothing even remotely close to it available. You know what I mean at the price point. He did a blasted bent apple right before we went to Muletown, and I was so tempted to get it. I think he advertised it at 135, something like that, and it was gorgeous. The stem work on it was very uh, dainty in a good way, right?
Yeah.
The lines went to very slim in a very very aesthetically pleasing way. I'm not saying it looked weak, but it looked like high end stem work. You guys know how everyone wants to push the limit with how thin you can kind of get those. Yeah, let me
Mhm.
grab that. I'll be right back.
Yeah,
It's
I'd love to see it.
a great looking pipe. I've only smoked it a few times.
Garrett, while he's doing that, the pipe you mentioned, that was the Martin Cermak Eskimo, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm looking at one. It's
like
sold, but
guitar pick.
what is it?
Looks like a guitar pick.
Maybe not this one. I'm on MBSD. I Googled Cermak Eskimo pipe, and this is already sold. It was on, again, the MBSD website. I've always got to look. It's really cool, natural finish, purple stem, and absolutely beautiful. I don't know if this is the one you were referring to, but I would be happy to have this in my possession any day. This pipe is beautiful.
Load up your Instagram. I'm gonna send one of his to you.
Okay, I'll have to check it out later because I can only access Instagram on my phone. Well,
Oh,
yeah. But send it to me, and I'll message you back when I see it tonight.
That's weak sauce.
that is awesome.
Yeah, I'm real happy with it. For the price and the stem
Oh,
has the stripe on it.
Yeah, that's
that's
awesome.
gorgeous.
Pretty cool. I really like it.
Man, he had a Christmas pipe this year that was a smooth. Oh my goodness,
Yeah,
I didn't get it. I wanted it so bad, but he'd already sold it.
he
So
showed
bad.
me those when I purchased this one. This one was a little bit more like something different for me. You know what I mean?
What
Not
is
as heavy as it looks because it's pretty chunky with all that belly in there, so it looks pretty heavy, but it
So
clenches just fine.
I found some cool stuff today. My wife and I went to there's a little town in Tennessee called Fayetteville. They have a bunch of antique stores. I've been going there trying to find old, pipe racks and the kinds of stuff. And I found three estate pipes. I got this. This one didn't have a stem on it, so I'm gonna have to probably figure out a way to get a stem. This is a Canberra,
nice?
and then I've never heard of this one before. This is a little bulldog. What's this called? It says Sunrise Vintage Briars. Some probably known a little bulldog.
Hey, I like it. Little saddle bit.
But look at this. This is the cool one. This one, I don't know what this. I don't know what year it is. I gotta figure this. This is an old K Woody.
Nice.
Hunter could probably tell you more about it than me.
Is it as almost like a pod shape? Does it have the on the side that is facing me? Does it have a number? And is it 3 or 4 digits
There is a 6'9" on the bottom of it.
on the bottom?
It says K Woody Relief Grain 6'9".
Okay. Does it have the stinger?
Yes.
Okay. How many holes is on the ball end of the stinger? 3 or 4?
Well, there's two holes here and then one right here.
Yeah. So 3. That's probably a I don't know, maybe a 70s.
So this is. It looks like it's got a. I mean, I could be wrong, but this looks like it's got a little shamrock looking thing on the side of it.
Yeah, that's the K Woody logo.
Oh, is it? I didn't know that. I guess I didn't know that.
So it's like the deck of cards. A Graybo will have the spade, and then the K Woody will have the
The
ah,
clove,
clove.
clover. Yeah, that's really cool. I didn't know that. This is it's actually in really, really good shape. Looks like it's been hardly smoked. In fact, the stem just needs to be buffed out. And $20.
Hey man, cool find. Cool find.
Yeah. I was so happy. I was like, look at that.
Carrie brings up a cool point. I want to hear everyone's take on this because I can relate. She's talking about these handmade gifts she makes for people and how people's like they're so special and pretty. I don't want to use them, and I get where that person's coming from because they love the thing so much they don't want to see something happen to it, right? But at the same time, Carrie's like, hey, I made this stuff to be used, and Carrie says, pipes are meant to be smoked, and I agree with her. That's why that 1950s corn cob that Porch Piper Tom gave me, I made a video smoking it this week because that's what God intended.
So I have an opinion on this.
Okay.
If something for sale, okay, you can decide if you would rather keep it as art or use it as the maker intended it.
Sure.
If
Sorry.
it is a gift, though, whether that is a pipe or an article of clothing, you have to follow the instructions from the person giving it to you. So, like, you gave me that Dunhill. You said you have to smoke the hell out of it, and you can't make it like any specific genre, smoke everything in it, make it a workhorse pipe. You know what I mean?
Right.
You said this is for you, but you can only smoke Virginias out of it. That's what I would have done. You know what I mean? So, like, if it's a great article of clothing that's handmade that I purchased that was for sale, if I thought it was too pretty to wear, I get it. Put it up in a closet, just look at it. But if it was given to me for the purpose of wearing, then you have to wear it. So, purchasing versus gift, in my mind.
And there's something beyond that too, because there's plenty of people who can do both. But once it's in your possession, like that's yours to do with what you want, right? Someone gave you that right to do that. If if my buddy at Castle Briars, if he gives me a pipe that he put 100 hours in and I forget about it at the airport, guess what? I chose to forget about it at the airport.
Yep.
If I bought a pipe to look at or smoke, I mean that's your prerogative. It's your pipe.
Absolutely. But
I will
there's
say though, can I interject one point though? There
please,
are some things that I kind of wonder about though, because I've got a friend of mine who lives in my neighborhood. He's a huge cigar guy. And his favorite cigar is LFD Andalusian Bull. Now, there's been a time you could not find those. They're very hard to find.
very.
But he's got 2 boxes, and that he has in his little humidor that they've literally been sitting for like almost 4 years now, and he's not smoked any of them. And he's just like, I'm just saving them. I'm just saving them. And I looked at him one day, and I've actually smoked more Andalusian Bulls than he has in the last 2 years because I find them and I smoke them because they're so good. Well, I'm not going to enjoy them, but he's been sitting on them and sitting on them. And I said, what if tomorrow you wake up, it's your last day? Like, because we don't know. So you've wasted that opportunity to sit and enjoy those for something, for a special occasion, maybe your birthday, maybe something like it's like a bottle of whiskey that's sitting on your shelf that you're holding on for something. Yeah, but don't you want to experience it? Don't you want to have that just once? I don't know, man.
I kind of subscribe to Steve Saka's view on this. If you guys know him, owner of Dumbarton Tobacco and Trust and a master tobacco blender for cigars. Real quick though, Blood Logos, Mike, Chris, Brutal Enough, both in the chat. Great seeing both of you guys. Steve Saka says,
fellas.
I come to the point where I don't want to die, and I got some other dude moved in, banging my wife, smoking my cigars, drinking my bourbon. He's like, I'm going to enjoy it now. So I'm just going to subscribe to his philosophy. That's his words. So don't shoot the messenger. Looks like League of the Keepers of the Briars heading out. Have a very good evening, sir. Thanks for stopping by, man. Great having you in here.
I've been guilty of that, falling into the habit of something so special, you really want to savor it and spread it out, and then you find yourself never getting to enjoy it. And maybe by the time you do, even your interest as far as tobacco goes could be somewhere else. You know what I
Hunter,
mean?
and I found myself in this position as well. The first artisan pipe I ever bought in 23 was a Jake Hacker poker, and I found it so beautiful I could not bring myself to smoke it, and I held on to it forever. I couldn't smoke it. I had to give the darn thing away to Hunter just so someone could enjoy the thing. You know what I mean? So I have been there. I don't mean to be a hypocrite, but I'm working on it.
But at the same time, if you have one item versus, so if you have one cigar of this particular cigar versus 2 boxes, okay. If you only have one, I'll give you an instance. I had the that vintage blend of 3 Castles that I didn't know what to do with, and everyone's always saying, "Go ahead and open it, smoke it, smoke it." And the plan wasn't to collect it. I knew I would eventually smoke it, but I was waiting on the perfect moment. And I knew I would know it when it happened. And it turned out to be Muletown. After the show, Dakota and I opened it together. We enjoyed it.
Awesome.
It was just the perfect moment to smoke that. But I only had one tin. You know what I mean? If I had several of them, I probably would have went ahead as soon as I bought it and opened one and smoked it. But I've been someone who held on to stuff waiting on the perfect moment. And yeah, I see both sides of it.
Fair point. Fair point.
Put into it. But if you have a lot of something or multiple, go ahead and enjoy it. If you only have one, maybe wait for the perfect moment, but don't wait so long that that perfect moment never comes. I held on to this for 2 years, and I did find the perfect moment. And if it wasn't Muletown, the Dakota and I would have popped it for the podcast or maybe a sit-down video that we could both be a part of. You know what I mean? But I had to learn to not be the guy that just holds on to everything. I don't know. It's just that mindset, that collector's mindset that I have to get away from.
I think Rudy brings up a very valid point. No matter what side of that you lie on, some pieces are just too pretty to leave the house. And I can concur with that completely. Old Dirty Shinobi says Saka is the man. Dr. Bob's Nightmare says 30 people watching, good numbers. Hit the like. Yeah, smash that like button. Appreciate you guys. David says maybe the anticipation ownership is more rewarding than using it, kind of like the Christmas Day effect. Okay, that was great. Now what? No, I mean you're not wrong. You put something up on a pedestal and anticipate. There's blends that was underwhelming once I got a hold of them. Blends I actually like. Everyone knows my story back in the early days. I was looking up early reviews of Nightcap in the early 2000s, and everyone was talking about how strong it was. And that was my first tin of really nice tobacco, a single tin of Nightcap, and I loved it. And after that, one of the second tins that I purchased was Squadron Leader, and saved up and got that. And it was kind of, at first, underwhelming, and I like it now. But I read so much about that second blend and got it all hyped up, and it just let me down at first. And right around that time, I found Peter Stokkebye's Balkan Supreme for $28 a pound or whatever, and boy, I smoked a lot of that stuff.
Hey, I've got a comment because I really have something to say about it. Johnny hits home with something here, and let me read the comment, then I'll get to what I'm getting at. He says, "When I get a box of cigars, I'll age 5 of them and smoke the rest. If it's that good, but buy another box, age 5, and smoke the rest. Some cigars, though, are meant to be smoked, not aged." And what I've seen some people do, I don't have the cash for this, but if you're a serious cigar guy, you like to age cigars, and you have the money, I've seen people do this. They'll buy 2 boxes of the same cigar, same Vitola, same everything, okay?
Right.
What they'll do is the first box, they'll smoke 1 a year, okay? And that's the testing box.
Mm-hmm.
How it ages. You smoke, first year smoke 1, second year smoke 1. As soon as you think it's perfect, you smoke if there's anything left of that box, you finish it, and then you dive right into the second box and just devour it.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, if you can afford to get 2 boxes of it, an aging kind of experiment, but that's a great way of going about it. I've always wanted to do that with pipe tobacco, but it's more difficult because as soon as you open up the tin, you've kind of change the little micro ecosystem that the tin or the jar has going on, and it's very difficult to do that. The only way you could is buy like 20 tins of it every year, open 1 tin, and then smoke the rest. I don't know, but you get what I'm saying.
It'll be cheaper than buying boxes of cigars, man. Boxes of cigars are freaking expensive.
I want to point out one one thing with that whole argument,
Yeah, go ahead.
and I'm gonna crap all over it. So
Go ahead.
sorry.
Your opinion.
There might be 3 people in this entire community, and I don't mean the chat. I mean everybody who smokes a pipe, who's gonna taste those micro differences between any of that shit. The fact is you can open up as much as you want, and even tin by tin, what it took to get to you will change it.
Sure.
If you like it at all, enjoy it. But also, there's plenty of people who will buy something because just buying it and having it makes them happy.
Yeah.
Even though it was purchased to be smoked. I have 2 tins of World War II era Sir Walter Raleigh in a gift box with a pipe that it came with, the original setup. I have all of it. And I will never open that because the idea of having that complete set makes me happier than that tobacco will ever taste.
I agree. With that scenario, I would also not open that. 100%.
So we didn't hear
Sorry.
though. How was the tobacco that you smoked on with Dakota? Was it good? Was it good?
Yeah, it was really excellent.
This is Three Castles.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this is a pure Virginia shack cut. I believe made in England. Yeah, Bristol and London in the 70s.
Wow.
And 3 1/4 ounce. I picked this up at the Gatlin Burlier from Rick the Dreaded Tiger a couple years ago. I think summer of 24. And
Wow.
I don't have shared a lot of it, which was the best way I think for me to get the most enjoyment out of it, spread the love. I've got a little bit left here. Dakota's got a sample. We're gonna do something with.
So nice.
It was real nice. I got you some of this and your buddy some of this, right?
Yeah, and it was immediately rolled into multiple cigarettes, and because we didn't go to bed till 5 in the morning, it is gone.
Consume it. That's what. And on the way,
We stayed at Muletown till 5 a.m. and then got up again at 8 to get up there so he could set up his table. I was the tiredest person on earth by the time we were done with that show.
I'm not
That's a good time, man. I love it.
I'm not a cigarette guy, but when you have a blend like this, Dakota and I both rolled it into cigarettes on the way home and gave it a go, and it was phenomenal. So.
I think Nate King at his table, he had something called Old Ashton's Old London or something. It was like a really old tin. And Scott Rollins told me, he said, go over and grab some of that. And I threw it in a pipe and started smoking. I was like, whoa, it was just like, it had like an almost like an unsweet tea note to it. Like the whole thing was just like tea. And I mean, it was so good. I was like, oh man.
That's awesome.
A lot of vintage tobacco, which was incredible. And it was great to smoke it there at the show and share that moment with everyone. At the same time, though, it's a blend like that I like to sit back and really focus on, and you don't necessarily get to do that in that situation.
That's true, yeah.
What's better,
Yeah.
sharing it with friends and having this great moment, or sitting back and contemplating the flavor? I'll be honest, it was more special for me and more enjoyable getting to share it with everyone. You know what I mean? But also, it would have been cool to really diagnose it and put it under a microscope. But if you can only choose one, and I think Garrett's with me, share it in the moment. That's when you're going to enjoy it the most overall.
I agree.
Yeah, I was with a gentleman from Vermont Freehand, and when he was cracking some cigarettes, some of those 30s and whatnot sealed tins of cigarettes.
Oh, you lucky.
And that is 100% his opinion is, and I agree, is that yes, they're really, really good, but they're even better if you get to share it.
Yes.
Like, yeah, you're not sitting down, tasting every flavor, but you're also looking around the room at everybody else getting to enjoy it with you. And you're not going to get that at home. And there's no amount of that flavor that's going to replicate that.
Yep.
Agreed. What a great show. I'm so glad y'all were there. It's so good to meet y'all.
I'm still trying to process it all, man. It was so overwhelming. Such positivity, it's still like digesting it in my mind. It was great to meet you as well. I met all kinds of great people, new people I've talked to online. Really fantastic.
I have to mention this. One of the funniest moments in the whole show. for those that haven't met me, I'm not very tall. I'm like 5'8", very average build. House of Manners is much taller than I am. Okay, and so I'm hanging out with him. Awesome to get to meet you there in person and hang out. And we had a blast. You know what I mean? I wish we could have got to talk longer, but there's
I do too, man. That's my only regret is I did not get a chance to sit down with the two of you and smoke a bowl. That was the only thing, and that was one of my number one things I wanted to do. And I didn't get to meet Lukester either. I was so mad I didn't get to meet him.
always next year. But I was standing
True.
next to Pipe Philosophy, Chris, who also is not a tall guy. And I don't know who was next to you, but it was another tall person. But at the front of the Briarworks building is like a ramp where they used to unload trucks, and so they have the gate or whatever it is open. And you got the two short people at the bottom of the ramp, and then you got the two Jolly Green Giants at the top, who's already too tall. And Chris and I are looking up, trying to hold a conversation, but like I'm lucky to make it up to his nipple, basically. And it was funny. I'm like, this isn't even fair. We need to like trade spots or something. And Pipe Philosophy, Chris made some kind of like leprechaun joke impression, and it was hilarious.
It was. That's right. Oh man.
That was one of my favorites of the whole show. You being
Well,
and standing on the ramp. I'm like, come on, dude. Like,
there was a guy stand next to you. He kept. I mean, he's literally. I think he said it about every 5 seconds because the sun was beating down on him. I think he was like a redheaded guy. He kept saying, "I'm about to turn into a tomato. I'm about to turn into a tomato." He said that like 9 times, and I was like, "All right, man." Oh man,
but
what a great time! It's between last year and this year. It's now like my favorite weekend of the year. Like it's so much fun. It's action packed. I mean, it's like the moment you get there, it's crazy. It's just go 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 go. It's like, oh, here's this guy, here's this person. Oh, hey, oh, smoke this tobacco here, and it's like that for 2-3 days. And that's so fun. I mean, it's so fun.
And a lot of those little moments, like the one we had there at the ramp, when you kind of repeat it to people that weren't there, it may not sound very funny at all, but like being there in that atmosphere and that environment and the mood of the place, it was like the funniest thing ever, though.
I wish I knew that guy you're talking about. I have no idea what his name is, but I saw. I mean, we literally talked like 20 times. I kept coming up to him, and what'd you get? What'd you get? What you got? What you got in the bag? What you got? I mean, but
Chris, his channel's Pipe Philosophy, great channel, great
oh
guy.
no, I'm talking about the tall guy next to me.
Oh,
I know Pipe Philosophy. I interviewed him on the show.
okay, maybe that's why I didn't remember who it was next to you. Maybe I didn't actually know who it was,
I
but
don't either. He was a big old dude too.
yeah, and I'm not, and I'm like, oh, come on.
There was a number of mighty tall fellas there.
Lukester's no shorty, man. Lukester was in front of me on the ramp, and I was trying to talk. I think it might have been you, but I'm like, like, what's the weather like up there, man?
Lukester's
It's hot. It was hot.
Yeah, that show was altitude did not help if you were taller in that show.
No, it did not. It was wet. It was very warm.
there. Okay, maybe it was Lukester. I couldn't remember who it was. It was Lukester standing there, I think.
Was that Lukester?
I think it was Lukester.
Oh my goodness, I didn't even know that. Ah, damn it.
Robert, did he have glasses on?
I should have. I mean,
Did the guy standing next to you have glasses on?
I believe so. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Lukester's tall, you're tall, and I'm not. I'm like, come on.
That is
Lukester
hilarious.
was my, he was going to cut me a path through there. I was going
Yes,
to just stand right in his wake and let him just kind of.
He's the fullback. You're the running
Yeah,
back. Let's go.
yeah,
Let's
yeah.
go.
He said he was going to be at the show, but he knows who we are and what we look like. Up until this point, I didn't know what he looked like. Okay, so I'm outside, and this like really tall guy stands up and gets right up to me. I'm like, oh boy, this is how it ends. He goes, hey, I'm Lukester. I'm like, Lukester?
Well, you know what's funny is you meet all these people and you're meeting so many people. So I was laughing because on Sunday I went back Sunday because my friend Greg couldn't be there on Saturday because he was taking his son to college visit. So he went with me on Sunday, and we're sitting there. And Sunday's way less busier. It's just you can find a seat. It's a lot more chill. It's so much more chill. But anyway, we're sitting there, and this guy sits next to me, and we start talking. I bet we talked for like 3 hours, smoking and talking. And he looked at me and he goes, "Where do I know you from?" I said, "Dude, I've been sitting here saying the same thing. I know you from somewhere." And I got up, went to the bathroom. I come back. Well, apparently he had asked my friend Greg about me, and he goes, I sat down. He goes, "Your House of Manners." And I said, "Yeah." And he goes, "I'm Palm Tree Piper." And I went, "Oh my gosh, I've watched hundreds of your videos, dude. I didn't even realize that." It's like you didn't make that connection. It's like, maybe I just saw him last year or something, you know? It's really
Well,
funny.
and the camera changes the way people look too. Like I know that the first night I was there, I was staring at Gary at Papa Bear.
Oh, yeah.
I was across the way and I was like, "Is that him? I don't think that's him. Maybe that's him. I don't know."
That happened with me with two people, and one of them I never did talk to, the Hyde Piper, and I thought that was him, and I kept wanting to like find an opening to introduce myself, and I never talked to him once, and I feel horrible about that. But he was there, and the other guy was Vintage Style Piper. I can't remember his channel name, but I did end up talking to him. He was great. He's really cool.
Oh, the new guy, the new YouTuber.
Yeah, he's a newer guy.
Yes, yeah. I like.
And
Yeah,
he was talking about finding older, very high end leather shoes and bringing them back to life. He does the full leather work, brings them back, restains them, repolishes them, does beautiful, beautiful work. Yeah, don't buy a bunch of them, David, but I'm a fan. I like those. See what you think before you buy a lot of them. That's Drew Estate, right? Nickel Libre.
I'm not sure if they made.
No, I'm thinking Nica Rustica. I'm sorry, I'm not
thought
sure if
that
I'm
was
familiar
good.
with that cigar or not.
The ones that I had were a box press Maduro, if I remember correctly. Maybe Cuban sandwich, but I know I used to get them off Cigar Bitch for like nothing. But it was one of those things that the price I paid, as long as it lit up, it was worth it because I was getting them dirt cheap. It's probably been 4 or 5 years since I've had one, but I've probably smoked like 20 or 30 of them. And I think I enjoyed them from what I remember.
Hey, Brian, good to see you in here, man. Hope you're doing well. Really appreciate you stopping by. Pipe Philosophy is in the chat. Speaking of the devil, he's like Beetlejuice.
Hey.
He says name 3 times and he just appears.
Yeah.
Like a genie.
But I would imagine Sunday would be the day to go. This is what I was saying on the podcast earlier. If you knew of a specific item that was going to be for sale at the show, or you had something very specific in mind, I guess getting in as early as you could would be nice. But if you were like me, you were just kind of looking to see if anything pops out at you and kind of more there to view than buy, I would say Sunday would be a lot more easy going. But also, I mean, there's so many pipes there. No matter how many sold on Saturday, there's still so many left on Sunday.
Oh yeah.
Wanting to walk away with one pipe, you could definitely find something in your budget and price range that you just fall in love with. I mean, there's that much there.
Well, and there's a number
Somebody
of
bought the pipe I was going to buy. His Dakota bought my pipe. I was going to buy that. But I looked at it 3 times.
Is that the one?
I know. As soon as you posted, I went, "Oh, you're the one that got it." That's
It's
a
a
good
looker,
one,
man. It is.
It is, man. I agree.
Standing next to
Oh
that,
my goodness. Can I interrupt with something unrelated?
Yeah.
Please.
I ordered some dessert a little while ago, and I figured I'm going to be in this hotel in Charleston for like 7 days. So I ordered a 6-pack of Insomnia cookies, a little treat every day, whatever, right? I've been checking on it during this live. I just got a text message that said, "Please cancel the order. I just got arrested."
there's no way.
Okay.
Dude, I'm dead serious. I have the worst luck on earth. It's a miracle my plane landed.
Yeah. So, hey, go ahead and tell the folks watching about that. If they saw your video, then they know. But if not, I want you to share the story. And if they've already heard it, I want them to hear it again.
I don't know. Did I mention that in the video? I was so tired. I don't remember everything I said.
Super detail, I don't think, but you didn't mention it in your Muletown recap video.
Okay, so got to the airport at 5 a.m., Plane was supposed to leave at like 7:30. Get boarded. We're going to get de-iced. We're done getting de-iced, and the pilot goes to move, and all of a sudden we just come to a stop. Turns out the pilot hit the de-icing truck. So we hit one, and then that twisted the plane, and we hit another one, and that tore off part of the wing. And then we had to stay there for like 4 hours while the FAA did an investigation before they let us off the plane. Then they took us inside, and by the time we were inside, there was already articles published about how nobody was hurt and everything's been investigated, which is insane because that's impossible. And then we waited for another plane. We got another plane, but then they couldn't find a crew to fly us to Nashville. I didn't get to Nashville. I didn't get to Muletown until I think it was 8:45.
Yeah.
That night.
That's crazy.
Insane. And you had pictures of the. I don't know. How
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you took a picture of it.
I put them up on Instagram. Yeah, the de-icing truck is rolled underneath the plane. It was both a plane crash and a car accident in the same moment.
And was the truck on its side?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it didn't just like tap it; it like knocked it over.
Yeah, and there was some like little woman who was driving that truck too, and she had to go to the hospital to get checked out.
Oh my gosh!
I think old Dirty Shinobi nailed it in that case. Everybody, Porch Piper Tom is in the chat. Hope you're doing well. Hopefully you're feeling better, man. I know everyone's been spent after Muletown. It sure was a lot of expended energy, that's for sure.
Pipe Philosophy says, "Yeah, Friday I asked Garrett how was your flight?" Was like it sucked."
Yeah, I do have a cool new gadget that made a lot of that pretty manageable. Yeah, they're the glasses with screens in them, and it hooks up to a little Google TV box. And I was watching, a giant screen right in front of me the entire time. So I was watching movies and playing video games and such.
I guess you made the most out of a pretty sucky situation, but
I travel a lot for this job. You have to. You gotta plan on the worst.
I was traveling back from North Carolina today, and we made it like an hour from the house, my wife and I, and we were right next to a semi, and some piece of metal came flying out in the middle of the road from nowhere, and I didn't hit it, but the semi next to me, it hit the front tire, driver's side tire, and my wife is like in the passenger side of my truck, so she's just like 2 feet away from the semi, and the front tire just absolutely explodes, and it sounds like a bomb went right off next to us. It was insane.
Wow. Yeah, no, on work trips like this, I hope to be that person.
What do you mean?
That person getting, like, instead of somebody else getting their day ruined, like if I'm on a work trip, oh hell yeah, let that piece of metal hit me. But it's always when I'm on like a personal trip that things go wrong.
Listen, I did crash a vehicle and total it in 2023 out of state. It was not fun. I was fine, but dealing with that, it was my own vehicle though. It wasn't like a rental or anything, so it really messed me up. But I don't know. That sucked.
We got some good conversations going on in the chat. Pipe Philosophy says he's smoking some 5 Saints in Johnny's honor. Johnny says you're going to burn in hell for that, Chris. Carrie asks, is 5 Saints Saint Bruno and 5 brothers? And Johnny says yes. And then Johnny says he's probably smoking a 311 as well, because we know how much Johnny likes the 311 shape. Carrie's got the 311 shape going tonight. That's what I smoked on the podcast, my beautiful Saint Nick edition.
Yes.
That's the one that started all the drama, Robert. That's probably why the Ladisi guys are not my biggest fan. That pipe right there.
That's the most famous 311 in the world right now.
Well, what's the issue with you and the Ladisi guys? What's going on?
Well, I mean, specifically, it's probably smoking pipes, and maybe parent company Savinelli as well. But I made a 3-part series on their bolt coating issues and horrible customer service and all this and that.
They've got that going around, and I think they're well aware of it.
Well, they are
Um, I,
now. But I've got word from Savinelli that they told me I could let everyone know that the problem is fixed and it won't happen anymore. I wasn't going to
Yeah, I
make that big of a deal about it, but my wife purchased this pipe for me. It was the first pipe she had ever purchased, right? And it's a pipe that I rave about how good they are. And I get it, and I'm trying to smoke through that bold coating flavor. Very toxic chemical, and it gives me a migraine. And I mentioned that on a video, and then all of a sudden I'm getting emails and texts and stuff. A lot of people's commenting, and a lot of people's had this problem. Furthermore, some of the people that's had this problem were new pipe smokers, didn't know if they were doing something wrong. And I'm like, yeah, someone's got to say something. So I got a hold of Smoking Pipes, where it was purchased from, and was going to document this whole thing of, what can you do if this happens? Now, I knew the whole time I could fix it myself if I did the work. And I get a hold of Smoking Pipes. And, of course, they have a policy that if a pipe has been smoked, they will not accept a return on it, right? That the flaw has to be identified before you smoke it, because I knew that the bowl coating would taste like that, or something, right? So they say, hey, I call them. They're like, hey, this happens all the time. We got a salt treatment, instructions. We'll email you. So I'm like, whoa, pump the brakes here. This happens enough that you have a preset, ready form to send to people that has this issue, and you expect them to fix the problem.
It doesn't, by the way.
No. Well, anyway, what ended up happening is I was like, all right, just be transparent. I'm documenting all this. I even played that card. And they're like, well, you can't do nothing. I'll talk to my manager, and we'll talk to you again tomorrow. So they talked to the manager. I talked to them again tomorrow. They're like, I talked to my manager, and it almost sounded like we got special permission that if you pay to ship it back, we want to examine it, and if we find a problem, we'll replace it. I'm like, were you gonna burn some Carter Hall through that bitch? Like, I'm thinking, like, what, you know what I mean? Like, how are you going to identify this problem? And they would actually reimburse me for the shipping if they found a problem. And I'm like, no, I can fix this myself. This ain't the issue, right? It's an ongoing problem that's not being addressed, and you know it. When I called, you said, yeah, we've been getting these calls a lot. And so I decided I was going to fix it myself, and that wasn't too hard, and ended up shooting Savinelli an email. And I was like, guys, I'm probably not going to buy any new pipes. I'm a big Savinelli fan. I'm probably just going to be buying estate pipes until I know this is fixed. It really sucks. The email said something like, it really sucks to have such a legacy brand with so much heritage that's well respected in the community, not care that their name's being dragged through the mud with this one issue, And I linked to my video where I documented all this, and they never got a hold of me directly, but they must put some pressure on Smoking Pipes, because Smoking Pipes customer service is calling my cell phone and get a hold of me, and they're like, oh, we're sorry, we could have handled this better. We're going to give you a full refund. Savinelli said they fixed the problem. I'm like, hey, that's cool, but a lot of people out there just having pipes with issues, and they're not getting that kind of treatment, And the only reason I did is because I caused such a stink about it. So
That was actually a topic of many discussions at my local pipe club, was the shitty Savinelli bowl coatings, because they are really getting bad. They were
it's
a little bad before,
It's unbelievable.
and now it's rancid.
Yes.
And I mean, Peterson has their problems too. Peterson's actually sent me a pipe pickup for the one that I blasted all over social media, which I then proceeded to ruin accidentally. So that's not their fault.
Terry Davey, have a good night, sir. Thanks for stopping by, man. Great talking to you.
Peterson sent me an Irish harp to make up for my my Peterson dairy that was all jacked up. But I'm a filter smoker, and they have to hold the filter, and it didn't. So I went to go drill down in the body of the stem a little deeper so it would hold a filter properly, just in place, right? Yeah, the entire stem is now shattered because there wasn't enough meat left there. So that's on me. That's not on Peterson.
Early Morning Pipe had the same issue as me, and it was on a St. Nick too. There was actually several documented cases of these St. Nicks having this issue more so maybe than others. Jess Pipings has documented this over a few years. Kerry had one with this issue, very well documented. And like you were just saying, Garrett, this is after everyone saw what happened to Peterson a few years back when they were having these issues. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It took them forever to clear up their own name. And a bowl coating is something that's like, it has to be done right. There's no exceptions there, right? If you're doing a bowl coating wrong and it gives off like this horrible toxic chemical flavor, you know, I would never knowingly like have that repeat to any degree if I was a pipe manufacturer. This is like such a common sense move. This is zero tolerance for that kind of mistake to happen. And
I think I have a 607 that same. So I have one of those. I've only smoked it once. I don't remember having that experience with it, but now you got me curious. I've only smoked it once. I need to go back now and I need to smoke it and see if I have the same.
You couldn't miss it. Once mine heated up, it smelled like burnt plastic and electric components. I mean, it was a horrible smell, taste. Montana Piper had this happen recently. Someone else had this happen recently, and their spouse was talking about it smelled like burning plastic while they were smoking it.
Oh, that's terrible.
Oh, really bad. Yeah, very noticeable.
Katie said the same.
And the problem with that is, think about it. So if you're a brand new pipe smoker,
and I had that comment, Robert.
So
I pinned it at the top of the video.
That's what they're going to think. Is this what pipe smoking is? Well, this isn't for me.
I didn't know if I was doing something wrong. Thanks for letting me know. I was like, man, that ain't right.
I agree, especially when you have. I mean, look, it's like I've said about whiskey. We live in the golden age. We got always people making pipes. We got always people making tobaccos. Your game has to be top now. I mean, you can't mess around.
Now that the bubble's bursted with whiskey, and there's a surplus out there right now is the time. If you're going to make it, you got to be doing everything right.
That's correct. Well, that's why I'm buying a lot of people that are not even like, I'm not buying like Buffalo Trace stuff anymore hardly, because
I'm doing this side by side of Bottle and Bonds tonight. I do think I like the old Granddad Bottle and Bond better, but I hadn't had.
If you get a chance, if you like Bottle and Bond, man, 1792 Bottle and Bond is a killer bottle. It is so good.
I'll keep that in mind.
So good, especially if you can find a store pick 1792 Bottle and Bond.
We have no store picks around here. Unfortunately,
that sucks.
There's like no allocated bottles anywhere near me. It's horrible.
So I have moved on to the Morgan Bones YTPC Legends 2026, and the blend that I'm smoking at the moment is Briarworks Country Lawyer, which I actually picked up at Muletown on Friday when I got in. Needed something to smoke, so I thought, well, let's just go ahead and buy a blend here. We're at the Briarworks shop. I already like Briarworks. Let's give a one that I haven't tried a go. This is fantastic. Dakota, I need to send you some of this.
I had a bowl of it.
Did you? It's burley with literally everything in it except Latakia, I think.
Yeah.
And even cigar leaf. It's even the tin art has a guy smoking a cigar on it. Really good burley blend though. Phenomenal, actually. And
I don't remember a lot of nuances about 100. I do remember saying, hey, like thinking this is a nice, pleasant, easy to smoke, flavorful smoke.
That's what it is. It's not a super nuanced blend. Like Smokehouse was kind of nuanced.
Yeah,
this
for sure.
Sort of like, it's not Carter Hall, but easy to smoke like Carter Hall would be. So just a very laid-back, easygoing blend. But I need to give Briarworks some more attention because, we had Smokehouse last year. That was the first Briarworks blend that I'd ever smoked, and I absolutely loved it. You liked it really well, too. And now this one's hitting a spot as just a simple all-day kind of burley blend with, I don't know, the cigar leaf I think is used sparingly in it, but it has a little beef to it. You know what I mean? Not nicotine, but just maybe in flavor. But very full, I guess is what I'm saying. But, yeah, Briarworks.
Carrie's a fan of the Country Lawyer. Rudy says he likes it. He wishes it had more cigar leaf. And my brother from Texas down there, Tejano Piper. What's going on, Piper? It's got my YTPC Bones. Can't wait to make a video about it. Thanks for making it happen, man. I just made some phone calls. This was a community effort, and I'm super happy for you, brother. Super happy, man.
I think Carrie was the first person to recommend Country Lawyer. There was a Briarworks blend that she had recommended. I think it was this one. But I'm gonna give her the credit anyways.
Gamecock Piper, I have not had that one. It sounds good. Pipe philosophy. If you're into smoky, Kentucky Fire cured Latakia type blends, the Smokehouse is a super nuanced blend. If you got time to kind of sit down and pick it apart, if not, you're just going to taste smoke. If you are in a hurry doing something, it'll just be a smoky blend. But if you sit down in the evening and you dissect all the flavors, that one's got some interesting umami characteristics and certain things. It's really good.
It's
I know he loves his dark fired.
Yeah, if you like Old Dark Fire, you'll love this. It's not the same as Old Dark Fire. It's definitely not trying to be the same thing. Like this has a touch of Latakia in it, but if you're a fan of Dark Fire, this is a great blend. Specifically the Smokehouse.
It's a bold blend. It's very flavorful. I enjoyed it a lot. I bought Hunter gave me a little sample of it, and I immediately ordered several tins of it. Really highly recommend that. I know when Robert interviewed me at Muletown, he asked me about my favorite Cornell and Dill blend last year, and I was like, "Does Briarworks count?" Because it's manufactured by Cornell and Dill, even if
Yep.
someone else
Yeah.
did the blending. So he's like, "Sure," and I'm like, "Briarworks Smokehouse." It's a fantastic blend.
That's the toughest question ever because, okay, that would be I'd have to give two, Smokehouse, but also Brothers in Arms.
Brothers in Arms, sure. Okay, fantastic. This past year's From Beyond was fantastic. There was a couple there I really enjoyed.
Yeah, Dan Armstrong, like Fires the Levee was his. That was his favorite. Yeah, yours was Smokehouse. Both Scott and Jeremiah, both theirs was From Beyond. I feel like there was one more.
Scott gave me a blend of that he blended up. It's been sitting and chilling for a year. Have you had any of that yet?
Is that Pastor Toby?
Yes.
Yes, I have. Yeah, if you like something a little sweeter, it's nice.
Yeah, I haven't tried it yet, but it
it's
smells
well,
nice.
it's. I don't know if he wants me to tell you what's in it, but I will tell you right now, one of the blends that he put in that is one of my all-time favorite blends. So it's really good.
Okay.
I've actually moved on too, Hunter. I've got my Rocky Patel Nording,
Yep.
little tulip, and then I am trying something that somebody gave me to test to see how I like it. And Mr. John Ravenwood, this is going to be his pipe 30th anniversary pipe show release at Chicago. So it's called the Green Mill Jazz Club.
A little jealous how you got that early. Good for you, I guess. I mean, that was
Hey,
hard.
right place, right time, man. So
I'm not jealous. You're jealous.
Does it taste like salt? Because it feels like there's salt in the wound.
And also,
how does bitter taste? It tastes pretty bitter.
hey,
So this is a 2-year aged mahogany Virginia Perique flake
yeah.
with some heavy red ribbons. I gotta tell you, it's pretty darn good.
You mentioned that blend. I smoked a Ravenwood blend today for the first time I hadn't had yet. Called Dakota. What was that called?
Is it Nepenthe?
Summer's End, I think.
Yeah,
Summer's
End. He
End,
said
yes.
it was 11 out of 10 is what he told me. Dirty Mufflers in the chat. Hopefully Hawaii was well for you, sir. Good to see you in here, man. Thanks for stopping by.
He was at Muletown. Cameron, aka Smoky Stash on Instagram, sent me. I don't even know how that happened. He sent me a care package with a few blends to try. I guess I was talking to him on Instagram. I don't remember how that got started, but one of them was Summer's End, and I think I'm saying that right. Anyways, tried it today for the first time. Absolutely blew me away. 11 out of 10. Beautiful vapor, and it was ribbon cut. Usually the vapors I smoke are flakes. I'm a flake guy, but there's some great ribbon cut vapors. Elizabethan mixture, Russellet's Firestorm.
I've never had that. That's on my list of ones I always wanted to try. That was one of when I first started smoking a pipe. That was on Mutton Chop's top 10 list, like 2 or 3 years in a row. I always wanted to try it, never did.
I've got a 10. I don't know when I'll open it, but when I do, they'll be a little bit, heading your way.
Oh, I appreciate that. Yes.
But yeah, that Ravenwood blend was just phenomenal. And I've smoked a few of them. Like, I'm a big Virginia guy, and so the 11th Day of Christmas,
Oh,
specifically this
I
year's,
liked it.
was great.
oh,
Last year's was good. It was really good. But whatever he did this year's, I mean, it just blew me out of the water. And I went through this 10 in probably 3 days. I was trying to make it last throughout the holidays, and I just couldn't stay out of it. I just kept going back.
yeah.
And I'm I get tongue bite really easy, even though I've been doing this a while. It's just is what it is. I smoked this all day for 3 days, no tongue bite, and I never tired of it. Sometimes you smoke a blend so much it loses whatever made it special. And every bowl of this I had smoked even better. I mean, I couldn't stay out of it. It was great.
Carrie's
I
next
enjoyed
poll is
it
going
a
to be
lot.
Salty Dogs. The A/B test compare with the Lone Sentinel. That'll be interesting. Blue Cord Custom says he's been smoking Viking Blend for the third night in a row. He picked it up at Fort Benning.
I'm curious what your thoughts if you guys have tried Sutliff's 1849 in comparison to some of those others, because that was a tremendous sweeper.
Haven't had that one.
So 1849, Jim Amish helped actually blend that one, from my understanding. And the idea behind that is having both St. James Perique and Acadian Perique in the same blend.
Oh, wow.
Have two different flavor profiles, and
It does.
yeah, and so it's been a little while since I smoked it, but it was great. I really enjoyed it. I wish I would have stocked up on it. The reason I didn't is it was one of those blends that anytime I wanted it, it was there. It wasn't hard to get, and it seems like I have more difficult to get blends than it was the easy to find stuff, because it's Sutliff. Sutliff will always be around. I don't have to worry about Sutliff,
Yeah.
and they're gone. But it was a sleeper blend, I think, for the most part. It was always in stock. It was always available, and it was like, I don't know, $12 a tin. It was a really good vapor that was easy to get, and I really messed up by not getting more of it.
I managed to pick up.
Is there a Sutliff blend that you are really gonna like? Is there one in particular in your mind? You're like, man, that's the one I'm gonna miss. Like that's
507C.
So, yep, for Dakota, the Bulk 507C. For me, I love the Kringle Flake that came out each year. But if you're talking about something regular line, um, the one I smoked the most of was the crumble cakes they had. So they had Red Virginia crumble, they had the English crumble, and then they had the Perique vapor, crumble. And that whole series was just great, because when I was first introduced to Sutliff, it was mostly bulk aromatic. And they did have great bulk blends like 507 that wasn't aromatic, but I had the wrong impression of them. And then I figured out, wait, Sutliff makes really good blends. It's right up my alley. And then they started offering things in tins. And I mean, I got really into Sutliff. They used Awesome Leaf, and everyone was using Sutliff tobacco. And a lot of people didn't realize that. And so McClellan went out, we lost Christmas cheer. And so they picked up, like, hey, we'll come out with a Christmas, flake in place of that. It won't be the same thing. We're not trying to copy it, but let the tradition live on. And I look forward to it each year. It just, man, I wish I would have picked up on Sutliff quicker. I really do.
I got that 504C you sent me. I haven't tried it yet, but I opened the tin to smell it. It smells delicious. I'm
yeah,
looking
that's my
forward to
favorite.
trying that, Robert. Is that your blend of Sutliff that would be
Yeah,
nice?
that's so when I first started smoking a pipe, Scott let me. So I went straight to English. I kind of skipped the aromatics. I don't know. I didn't really enjoy smoking aromatics when I first tried to smoke a pipe. I think, and I say this all the time. I think it's because I was such a hardcore cigar smoker. I think that my palate had already kind of been developed a little bit, and of course drinking whiskey for the last 20 years. I mean, I feel like I just have my palate is seasoned. So I never really got into the aromatics, but some of those English aromatics, that kind of a little hybrid, and that
Bridges
504C
the
to me,
gap a little bit.
it's so good, and it ages really nice too. Some of the stuff I've gotten from Scott was already 3 or 4 years old, and I mean it's really nice. And I bought a ton of that right before they went under. I mean I bought a ton of it. So
Blue Cord's going to be sending me some of that Viking blend to try. I appreciate that. I think I'm supposed to email you my address. Sorry about that, brother. I'll get that out to you probably in the morning. Early morning, ask if anyone's tried growing tobacco, I have some experience growing tobacco. Have a lot of fun with it. You're going to enjoy it, man. It is not that difficult to grow. I had fantastic results every year I grew it. Really good results. Rudy's got a call tonight. Thanks for stopping by, Rudy, man. I'm glad you're feeling better, and keep me up to date, man. David G says he'll miss Hearth and Home 10 to midnight. He said it was awesome English.
That was a solid one.
I didn't even think about that. So the entire Hearth and Home series was produced by Sutliff, of
That's
course.
correct. Yeah, Anniversary Cake is a great Christmas. I know it's not marketed as a Christmas blend, but Anniversary Cake is a phenomenal blend to smoke during Christmas.
Entire Hearth and Home series, all of it was great. The bulk that you could get, the tinned offerings, and something else I didn't even think about that Hearth and Home reminded me of. Sutliff and Hearth and Home both created amazing reproductions of so many classic OTC codger
Yep.
blends that we've lost, like the Sutliff match to Edgeworth Ready Rub. I smoked so
Blue Boar.
much of it, you know what I mean? And all those match blends, holiday mixture, you name it, I tried all of them, loved them. And they kept the American tobacco tradition alive. And we lost all those kind of for good. You know what I mean? A lot of those blends died off a long time ago, but thanks to Russ Ouellette and McAllister, I can't think of his first name, a lot of these were reproduced better than they were originally, even, you know, without the chemical taste and bite. And this was the nail in the coffin. A lot of these will be never returned in any
So
fashion.
Lukester's got a little bit of experience growing tobacco. He had a 20-acre plot.
Wow.
That's that'll get you through the winter.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Dr. Bob's Nightmares listening from the kitchen. He's working on some soup, and that does sound good. I like a good soup or a hearty stew. Either way.
I think the number one Sutliff blend I will miss is one that I'm well stocked up on, so I don't want to rub it in anybody's face.
Plum pudding.
No,
No?
no.
Okay.
1849. I came across them at $8 a tin like 2 weeks before this all went down, or right after I figured out how much I liked it.
You got
And
it in time. Perfect timing.
yeah, I have like 15 tins.
Nice.
The one thing I did smart with Sutliff is I did stock up on the Kringle cake or Kringle flake every year it came out, and so I've got in total probably 10 or 15 tins of it. That's through the various years of it. The one crowning jewel, I'm not gonna go get it, but I have the what's the evil Santa Claus? I can't think of his name.
Oh, Krampus not.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Krampus knock.
Yeah.
Flake, which is Kringle Flake, but with the limited edition tin art that was only available through I think Tobacco Pipes maybe out of Florida, if I remember that right. But yeah, that's pretty cool.
Lukester says he'll miss the Sutliff 515 RC1. Someone remind me what it is.
That
I
is
believe that's the Red Virginia, the blending Virginia.
yes, but it smoked great straight. I smoked it just as it was. It was a beautiful Red Virginia. That was the unstoved one, right, Garrett?
I don't remember if that was stoved or not. I know it was a key component in one of the blend recipes Katie and I had put together. We were screwing around with Emerson Southern Forge. We called it Satchel of Richards.
Okay.
It was Rustica, Burley, Red Virginia, and a little bit of Latakia. Then it was pressed and soaked in rum.
Oh, sounds awesome.
Keanu asks, he saw some Pipe Force tins at his local brick and mortar. Are they any good or hyped? I've heard both. A lot of people have a lot of fun with those, and they have their favorites. And then I've heard people say it's more of a collector thing. I don't know, but I have heard some people really like those.
I don't know which one it is. I think it's either 2 or 3. Pipe Force 2 or 3. I can't remember which one it is, but Jeremiah Ford, that's one of his favorite all-time blends, one of those.
Cool.
And I don't know which one it is. He says it's really good.
I've seen a lot of good things about them. They were very collectible with the tin art. I think some of them even had like a challenge coin on the inside. I don't really know if it was a challenge coin, but a coin you could collect. But each one, I've seen a lot of people go on about how great the blend itself was. And then, of course, also the Bird series. What was that called, Garrett?
Birds of a Feather.
Birds of a Feather series was another one that had very, highly desirable pin art that people really loved.
I bought the yellow one, which I think is called Anomalous or
Yeah,
Anonymous.
yeah.
And then I also bought Eccentric, which is the blue tin, at Muletown this year because again, the tin art's gorgeous. I just wanted to
I
have
saw some of those in one of the tubs. I did.
Yeah.
That was really cool. Cactus Piper's in the chat.
Cactus Piper. I just mailed you some stuff. I hope you get it.
He mailed me some loose leaf tea, and I just tried some more today. Today I had a black tea that was sun dried, and I looked it up online, and they were talking about the different tasting notes, and one of them was orchid, and I could not believe it after I brewed it. I didn't taste it very much, but in the smell, I smelled a super obvious natural floral orchid note. It was incredible, but it didn't really transfer. My wife loved the way that one smelled. She didn't like the way that one tasted. I did though, so I'm hitting it out of the park with the teas, guys. I'm having a lot of fun.
Can I give you a recommendation for tea?
Yeah, I'll have to write it down because I won't remember.
Well, I'm sure this one's pretty easy to remember.
Okay, lay it on me.
Lipton.
It's an oolong tea.
Okay.
It's called root beer float.
Ooh.
Okay.
Because
Sold.
it tastes like root beer float made a tea.
Here's the problem: is out of all the teas I have, and Cactus Piper sent me 39 different teas, and he typed out he typed out a whole thing, and he gave me instructions and stuff. My buddy Sergeant Rocco sent me a bunch of teas as well. None of them, I can't pronounce any of their names, and you present me with one I can pronounce. I don't know what to think.
It's just basic white girl stuff, you know.
Yeah, well, if it works, it works. You know,
I think
put on a murder mystery and drink root beer float tea. I mean,
yeah, no, they have a toasted marshmallow. I think it's through Peace Teas where I got it from.
Carrie's got one easy to remember.
Yep.
Duck shit oolong.
Shit.
Yeah.
Oolong. Okay.
I'm a big fan of black tea myself.
I've been enjoying the black teas too, Garrett. I had a smoked one yesterday or the day before. It was really good. And today I had a sun-dried black tea, and both of those were fantastic.
I'm a basic white boy. I'm like 90% Earl Grey.
I like Earl Grey. I like Irish.
Captain Picard, you and your Earl Grey.
Yeah, I mix my black tea with some Splenda and pour it in my Diet Coke.
Okay.
For real?
Yeah, for real. It's pretty good.
Indubitably.
Now,
I see you're a man of class.
Low class.
how do you? I don't even know how to explain I don't even know what I'm thinking. What's the inspiration? Let's add this to Diet. What do you say, Diet Coke?
Yeah, it's not an inspiration. It's being bored and going, well, I want to change the flavor of this because I'm bored with it now. And it worked.
Coke. Which one were you bored?
I was bored with the black tea just by itself. I wanted a sweet tea, but like as a diabetic, getting homemade sweet tea is dangerous one way or the other. So I thought I'd like have a middle ground where it's just a little sweet and
Okay.
it wasn't quite enough. And I didn't want to ruin a whole batch. So I just poured in my Diet Coke and figured, oh, this strong enough flavor. It'll wash that out. And
I'm
it
glad
didn't,
you.
but in between the two did meet.
Cactus Piper says, Garrett, I'm sending you some real tea, damn it. Everybody, 209 Piper. Johnny, the Culture Vulture, is heading out, man. Thanks for jumping on here. It's always great to hear from you. Right up above him, Mr. Lukester with the emoji game. Look at that. He pulled out the emojis, man. That is awesome. Carrie says Coke and black coffee is decent. Okay. All right. You guys got some combinations that I'm not familiar with here.
What was the? This is probably way out of y'all's. I'm a lot older than y'all, but there was a show in the '70s called Laverne and Shirley, and one of the girls would mix Pepsi and milk on the show.
Yeah. I mean, people are doing that now because they're doing it with heavy cream. It's not that different.
Hunter's just shaking his head. No, it's not my jam.
I'm trying not to judge, you know.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I'm not doing it. You can judge all you want. I wouldn't be caught dead with a Pepsi anyway.
Hey, now he says
Oh,
shots
Garrett.
fired.
Oh, Garrett. Oh, that's okay. It's okay.
Notice this is a 2 liter, and I got it tonight, and it's almost gone.
So I totally forgive you because you're the best name ever because that's my son's name. So I'm going to totally forgive you on the Pepsi thing. I'm the guy that goes to the restaurant and I'm like, okay, I'll have a Coke Zero, and they'll be like, we have Pepsi. I say, I'll have water.
Oh, see, but you're not a diabetic.
Not
Talking
yet.
about me turning to the Diet Dr. Pepper out of nowhere.
Yeah, now we're talking.
This is what I
Oh
drink.
man, dude,
Yeah,
I
so
mean,
good, so good.
it's so good.
My wife's
It's so
always
good.
Dr. Pepper Zero. I've got to go Diet Dr. Pepper. But one odd one that I think was a thing back in the 70s I tried and really liked was getting Dr. Pepper and heating it up to where it's like actually hot and then adding lemons to it. And it is really good. It almost has a, I don't know how I would explain it, but it's tasty stuff.
You guys are out of control. Everybody
Oh,
tell
man.
Tom good night. Porch Piper Tom's going to lock it up for the night, man. You have a
Just
great
drink
night,
whiskey.
Tom. Great seeing you, buddy. Glad you've recovered. I haven't quite got a full night's rest yet, but I'm working on it. Maybe next weekend.
the so the sugars when you heat up regular Dr. Pepper, the sugars start to caramelize and it changes the flavor profile.
Huh.
It reminds me of like a cider almost in a way because it's really hot and then you add the, it's good. It's great in the winter time. I know it sounds odd. It sounded so bad I had to try it and then I really liked it. One of those kind of things.
I feel like a bunch of y'all got bored in chemistry class or something one day. And y'all were just all
Right.
sitting around. It's like,
Well,
Hey, I made potions in the bathtub as a kid. I wasted all my mom's conditioner and stuff. Does that count for anything?
now, when you did that, did you say a shampoo is better?
This is a funny one, guys. Dr. Bob's Nightmare says Pepsi and milk will destroy your teeth, and Old Dirty Shinobi says Pepsi and milk also destroys your dignity.
That's hilarious. Oh my gosh.
I have a small excuse for all those random things. Is that my dad was a commercial chef part time for
Okay.
Safeway, and so he did all some of their high altitude recipes. So like if you've ever had Safeway's focaccia bread, that's my dad's recipe.
Nice.
That's cool.
And yeah, and so like we were always playing around with stuff at the house. So it just, if you don't think it works, try it once. And if you thought like, oh, that would taste good, but it won't work, try it once. Worst thing, you throw away some food that you could have burnt in the first place. Like it's fine. It's not the end of the world.
That's true.
David
very
says
true.
Dr. Pepper is carbonated prune juice, but I like it also.
Dr. Pepper now. I get defensive over that. Oh, Curtis Noble is onto something here. He says Coke and lemon is fire. Okay, I can see that being good because Dr. Pepper and lemon's good. So why wouldn't Coke? And I assume he means Coca-Cola and lemon.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kerry mentioned it up above, and he was confirming that.
I'm sorry, Perry. I didn't see that. I see it now.
I might ruin this. Sorry guys. My phone's gonna die.
Plug her up, old buddy.
And here, because we were talking about Pegasus earlier, I had to grab a bowl. So I've got number one and a lovely bowl of Pegasus going. And I've never had Pegasus not hit. You know what I mean? It's just reliable, always. It's never amazing. It's never like this, like fantastic. It's just always good. Good.
All right, chat's out of control, guys. Old Dirty Shinobi says pickles and milk. Just no. What is going through your twisted mind right now?
Can't do it.
Oof.
Why are we putting pickles in milk? What?
I don't know. Old Dirty Shinobi 420. He's concocting some stuff, man. It says question marks. I tell you what, I'll hear him out sometime this week. When you're hard up, man, you give that one a go, and then you let us know next Saturday on the next after party. I'll hear you out, and I'll try to be non-judgmental. But all right, Hunter, you're not helping, buddy. Boiled eggs
From
and peanut butter.
Oh, actually, hard-boiled eggs and peanut butter. I'm not gonna lie. My,
Robert, not you
no,
too.
listen, no, listen. Hear me out. Hear me out. My wife's uncle for Christmas a couple years ago walked up to me, handed me a deviled egg with a little bit of peanut butter on it, and I said, "Are you kidding me?" He goes, "Trust me." And I
No.
threw it in my mouth, and I was like, "Believe it or not, oddly enough, it does work." I
No.
know it's
The answer is
crazy.
no.
Thank you. You got my back, Robert.
I do.
All
I
right,
will. I do have your back on that one because I could not believe it. I was like, "You got to be kidding me."
I got to respond to old dirty Shinobi here calling me out. Now, um, there's some basic chemistry you need to understand that you can't mix acids and bases without curdling the milk. Like you're going to get yourself sick.
Oh man,
I mean,
this is why I was an English
that's like a
major.
white Russian. I can't, people make mixed drinks with milk in it, and that just my mind's like,
Like if you
what?
make tea, I like half and half in black tea. I also like lemon juice in black tea. But you don't want lemon juice and half at
Oh
the
gosh, yeah, that's like that shot you used to do in college. That was like I would curdle it.
Yeah, I don't like pickles in the first place, so I'm never trying that.
I love pickles.
Guinness. I like pickles and I like Guinness, but the two together.
Hey, Robert's got some crazy ideas here. Yeah, pickles and Guinness. I don't know, man. I do like my pickles, but
No pickles, no onions, no mustard, nothing with a vinegary base or that sprouts medical mold. I'm good.
So no sauerkraut either. Then,
Nope.
oh man, a Reuben sandwich is like my favorite.
Had one yesterday. Phenomenal.
fresh yogurt. Where you get your probiotics from, Garrett? Where are they coming from here, man?
I don't know, barbecue sauce.
Yeah.
I eat a lot of meat.
That's so fun.
Oh, we'll pass by their fridge and just open up a pickle jar, take a swig of the juice, put it back.
Carrie's talking about one of my favorite mixed drinks. I don't do mixed drinks, but Irish Car Bomb is phenomenal.
Yes.
Just don't
Really-
order that in Ireland.
Right. Okay, listen, Robert. The egg roll was invented in America.
I
Okay,
know.
don't ruin my story with facts. Okay.
Just the facts, man.
It was a Chinese chef though that invented the egg roll, but it was invented in America.
So was the fortune cookie too, wasn't it?
I don't know. It sounds like a marketing thing, so I wouldn't be that surprised.
It's purely an American thing. It was a failed dough that they were messing around with, and someone wanted a dessert.
Let me ask you this question: do you get angry when you do get a fortune cookie and it's not a fortune; it's a statement?
Nah.
Do you guys know about Crisco? The
I
development of
feel like I
Crisco?
know this, but go ahead because I feel like
So
when you say it,
Crisco is one chemical process away from being a complete plastic, like a legit plastic. And Crisco
gosh.
was developed to be a paraffin wax alternative. It was like 10 cents cheaper a ton or something to make as compared to paraffin. And this was right around when the Edison light bulb was invented, and that market dropped out, and Crisco got repurposed, and a bunch of dumb gringos like us eat this stuff. But yeah,
Now vegetable oil got its start. It was supposed to be for automotive parts or something, and they decided to fry bacon in it.
I mean, who knows, man? Who knows?
People have done dumb stuff for all of history, but
that's true.
that doesn't mean we need to keep on doing it.
I agree. I think there's some wisdom there.
Bacon grease. That's where it's at.
This is coming from the same guy who just suggested that you mix your black tea with Diet Coke.
This is also true. Both can be true, though.
Yes, but they don't both have to be good at this.
I am kind of the mindset, overall, don't diss it until you try it, right? I was a picky eater growing up, and I missed out on a lot of different flavor experiences, and I found so much now that I enjoy. So, like, I'm all about trying new things. I think that's very important for self-development and growth and just experiencing life. Obviously, when we make funny stuff about mixing your toothpaste with pickle juice and brushing your teeth, yeah, we're haha, that's disgusting. But on a for real note, trying new things is awesome. And someone had to put bananas on hot peanut butter toast for the first time and realize it was delicious, right?
Yeah, that is good.
This whole after party live is wild, and not just this week, but any week, because you never know what we're gonna end up talking about. Like, I didn't know that tonight I was gonna be in like a 45-minute discussion of weird food combinations and how you make. And here we are, and the best thing is, I'm loving it.
I
Okay,
feel bad that I always miss these, but I also am always running kids around at this time of day. Like we're running errands, and like I don't have time to join.
I'm glad you were able to make it. Well, the weird food discussion. Anytime I find a canned meat or something weird, right? I usually pick one up, and when the kids want money at some point, I'll tell them I'll give them $5 to eat whatever said thing is. And
Treat.
I've got videos of like several weird things. Got a video of my oldest son eating pork brains in gravy. Came in a little can. So yeah, it's pig brains in a milk-based gravy. It looked as bad as it sounds, and he ate it for a few bucks, and I got a video to prove it.
I am
I
obsessed with any kind of fish in a can,
I
sardine,
love tin fish.
you name it. I'm all about it. I've got a sardine collection. My wife finds it to be the most disgusting thing ever, but
Man, I finished this book called 40 Thieves of Saipan. It was about the Pacific Theater in World War II, and when they would capture these Japanese supply points and overrun them, the Japanese officers had like really good like brandies and like tinned crab meat and stuff. And they were talking about getting a tin of this crab meat and how just great it was. And I remember the next time I went grocery shopping after hearing that, I'm like, man, I'm going to try some tinned crab meat. And I went to Walmart and got like the cheapest can of tinned crab meat. And I got it home and it was just like mush. You know what I mean? And I get my fork and I like try to strain some of this mush and I'm looking at it, man. And I love crab. You know what I mean? But this was, yeah, there might be good tinned crab meat out there still, but this wasn't it.
It does not sound appealing.
It was, dude, it was so nasty. I don't want to know which part of the crab it was. You know what I mean?
Well, talking about weird foods, what about pineapple on pizza?
Absolutely.
Love it.
Unequivocally,
Yes.
the answer is correct.
Yes, 100%. I agree all day. So one time, Gordon Ramsay does not know what he's talking about.
I can eat it. I can enjoy it, but if I'm ordering, I'm not going to order the pineapple on a pizza. But like I said,
certainly am.
Me too, man.
I mean, it's fine. I'm not gonna
Ham, bacon, Canadian ham.
Oh, stop. Oh, yes.
You know what I mean? Put some sauteed onions on it. I mean, full
Let's do it.
send.
That sounds amazing. Yeah, it's that salty sweetness to me. It's just that combination.
Yeah,
So
it's
good.
fantastic.
That is one fish that I really don't like is I've never had good anchovies, I guess. I've tried anchovies on pizza and I love fish, but I just can't do the anchovies.
It's kind of mental though, right? It's very salty and it's not really something that's supposed to be eaten on its own. I almost bought some to try. I've used anchovy paste for some Asian dishes in a previous life, and that worked out great. But I've never tried like just anchovies. But my
That's
understanding
what Caesar dressing is made with anchovy paste, isn't it?
is
Caesar
it?
salad. I think
I'm
so.
not sure. I'm not sure.
It is. Originally it was.
Yeah.
Caesar dressing was. I don't know if it is now. I'm sure there's some artificial alternative that they pump us with, but yeah.
Yeah. Kelly Mitchell.
David's talking about eating potted meat with saltines at a country store, and a girl asked her mom, "Why is this man eating cat food?" Kelly Mitchell says sardines in mustard sauce.
I like hot sauce, but I keep the mustard around too. Both
Man, that one brand that's got the wild cut sardines in the cardboard sleeve around the. We don't have a lot of these. I know other people's like all sardines come like this, but they have the sardine fillets in water. Oh man, I could eat those with saltines.
Is it the real fancy one that begins with the letter N?
Yeah, I think so, man. Those are so good.
Uh,
Deviled ham is weird. I've eaten it on sandwiches, and I have mixed feelings about it.
About raw oysters.
I have a story about that.
I've had it.
I've had it.
That's one of my favorite delicacies, man. I if I'm in the Gulf, I'm ordering bushels. Love them.
So my experience was I have a friend, and his family is very well to do. My family not, his family yes. And we went to a very, for the area, for the state really, a high end seafood restaurant. And his dad was ordering like super expensive wine that he ended up not liking, and I drank it in the car on the way to the snow the ski resort. True story. But so like I order like some very expensive halibut and stuff,
Oh
and
yeah.
his dad ordered some shocked oysters. And we're at a super fancy restaurant, and he's like, I bought you that meal. You got to try one of these for me. I'm like, yeah, I can't tell him no. And he cuts it loose from the shell and is telling me how to do it. And I get it, and everyone's watching me, and I'm super nervous. And I tilt my head back and throw this thing back, and it just like goes to the back of my throat and like hits my gag reflex. And like, so one hand goes to my throat, one hand goes to my mouth, and I'm like, is it coming up or down? You know what I mean? And like the muscles start convulsing, and I don't know if it's trying to swallow or trying to regurgitate it, but I'm holding on, and I'm just like, in this fancy restaurant, and finally get it down, and I didn't breathe for like so long, and I look up, and I'm like, and just everyone's looking at me. It was like that nightmare where you're at school with no pants on. It was like that just come true, and yeah.
Oh man, I'm so sorry that happened to you.
I'll
That
try them
really,
again someday, maybe in the
yeah,
next
man.
life.
They're my favorite. Okay, one of my favorite things. But see, I don't do the whole like raw, like just you got to pull it out. You put on a cracker, a little hot sauce, or horseradish.
Okay, okay.
Ooh, that's good.
It'll never be better for me than the first time I had it, which was grilled on a barbecue on the half shell
There you go. Oh
with
yeah.
some butter and garlic, and then we hit it with a little bit of barbecue sauce and then slurped that right down. That was so good.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
And groundhog with your oyster crackers, Looster says. I can tell you all about eating some squirrels, some tree rat. I grew up eating a lot of critters, but
Yeah, me too.
didn't have a lot of oysters around me. I've ate crawfish, mussels, clam. Love a good clam chowder.
Kelly Mitchell says King Oscar sardines are the best you can get around here. That's one of the better brands.
Yeah, I like them.
And then where was it? Oh yeah, Dr. Bob's Nightmare says that he likes canned smoked octopus. I enjoy it too. I don't like it just by itself, but I like to put it on like a cracker.
Isn't it kind of chewy?
It is, but it's really good. If it's done correctly, it's like it's tender chewy if they do it right. There's a restaurant here that had us. We were celebrating my anniversary. It was like a really nice Italian restaurant, and the gentleman waiting on us said that our special tonight is this seafood like smorgasbord pasta thing, and I mean it had everything. It had shrimp, scallops, octopus, it had everything you could imagine in this thing. And those pieces of octopus were so tender and oh, it was so good. It was
I've had
so good.
fillet of octopus at a higher end restaurant, and it was pretty decent. I was at one higher end Chinese restaurant, and they had these little steamed octopuses, and it
Oh
looked like a
yes.
plastic figurine.
Yes.
And someone dared me to eat it, and I like chomped it a couple times and swallowed it. I couldn't actually tell you anything about it because it scared me. But I mean, they looked like they were alive, like perfectly just formed little steamed octopus. It was
Yeah.
kind of weird.
Old Dirty Shinobi says that he likes pancakes topped with clam chowder.
Never heard of that, but I like a good clam chowder.
I like it.
I could see that working. I really could.
Like cornbread. You
Yeah,
don't-
Yeah,
yeah.
it's just adding a fibrous material to the soup. Yeah.
Dr. Bob's Nightmare says, soup is simmering. Going to smoke a bowl before I cook the steaks. I made my steaks today, and they turned out quite well. I had 2 New York strips, 2 ribeyes, and 1 filet. And
Dude, keep posting that kind of stuff. That makes me just happy.
when we had stuffed mushrooms, mashed potatoes, baked beans. It was good.
Gentlemen, Mr. Ravenwood did it again. This is a fantastic blend. I really like his stuff a
James
lot.
does a great job, man. He does a
He's just
great
really
job.
good. I mean, I just like him a lot. He's a good dude too. I mean, he's a really good guy.
I got to talk to him at Muletown, a meeting that was really cool. And you said that's going to be a Chicago exclusive?
I think this is going to be his Chicago pipe show blend for 30th anniversary. I'm assuming that's what it says on the tin. Because I asked it when I met him. I mean, we were talking, and we ended up sitting in the corner of the redeemed pipes table. We sat there. I mean, I bet we talked for half an hour just standing there and talked shop for a while. And
I didn't even know he was there.
yeah,
I don't even know what James looks like. This is
he's a fit fella. He looks
Yeah.
fit. I will say that. And yeah, he we were talking, and right before we got done, I just said, "Well, I said, well, did you bring any blends with you?" And he's looked down. He goes, "Here, take that." He said, "Tell what you think about it. That's going to be the Chicago release." I was like, "All right,
that's cool,
Okay.
bro. That is cool.
Yeah,
Didn't he?
it's really nice." But I do. I mean, I've really gotten to where I really enjoy Perique blends. I have really started getting into that.
Will Bill on YouTube, brother. What is going
What?
on, man? So good to see you
No.
on here, buddy. Hope you're doing all right.
That's a shock. He needs to get on here.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna bow out so he can get on because I got to get out of here and get ready for bed. I got an early morning, so
Robert, thanks for stopping by, buddy. It was great meeting you at Muletown. Truly an honor, man. Keep
Always
up
a
the great
pleasure.
work, man. I'm telling you, I don't know when it's going to happen, but you watch, your stuff's going to skyrocket at one of these times, man. Your production quality, your edits, they're well thought out. They're professionally done. Just keep doing what you're doing, man.
Thank you so much. That really means a lot to me. I
Don't
love
forget
this
about
community
us
so
little
much.
people, though.
No,
You know what
I
I'm
never.
saying?
No, this. Yeah, we're all. What is it, Jerry Maguire? Who's coming with me? That's
Rising
y'all have.
tide lifts all ships, man. It was
That's
great
right.
seeing you, brother. You have a great night.
You too. Y'all be good. Thank you.
And then there were 3.
Dr. Rob's
Hopefully
Nightmare
not for-
says, okay, this is the worst pizza in the world. Condensed milk instead of pizza sauce with baby octopus and corn niblets. Only available in Hong Kong. Serious, it exists.
Why are you looking it up?
I'm not. I'm reading the comments.
I know. I'm not. I'm saying, but like, why is
Go on.
Dr. Bob looking this up?
Man, we ran out of weird food content, so he's
Yeah.
pulling a clutch
Let's go.
play and giving us something to talk about, I guess.
Well, it occurred to me while we were doing this chat something that was completely unrelated because I got ADHD like hell.
Me too.
So I avoid buying from pipes and cigars
A lot of
all
people,
the time.
a lot of people do.
Well, there's ethical reasons, but on top of that, I have to pay excise tax in Colorado. But I am now in a hotel in South Carolina where I won't have to do that. And they're having a 17% off sale.
That's fairly significant.
So I'm thinking about getting some shit shipped to the hotel.
Well,
That's an idea.
I hope you get everything that you purchase because there's been some issues.
Well, the number one thing I want to load up on, it doesn't seem like they sell. So
What do you want to load up on?
Toscanos.
Heck yeah. Hey, that Toscano you gave me was fantastic. I smoked it later that evening inside there at one of the benches and really enjoyed it. And then Dakota and I had the Master Blend 5, I think, on the way home. And
1492 is the Toscanos I brought.
yeah, I've got the box you gave me. And then so I smoked it at the show later that evening. That was great. And then Dakota and I had the Masters Blend 5. Is that what it was called?
5. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, that one's got real cigar leaf in it.
it was good. It was really good.
Where did you see that at? Because I looked up the description on their website and it didn't mention that. Hey, Cactus Piper, thanks for stopping by, brother. It's great seeing you, man.
My local brick and mortar said that was part of their sales introduction for it,
Okay,
so that they
gotcha.
understood what was in it. Is that it's geared towards your cigar smokers that are primarily cigar smokers to introduce them to the Darkfire Kentucky cigars.
It was good. It was good. If you haven't had one of the, I don't know the price point though. We got it in a subscription, so it might be more expensive than it probably should be. But with the bigger ring gauge and stuff, it smoked a hot minute, dude. I don't know, Hunter, what we get over an hour and a half out of it?
It was a slow smoker, and we both thoroughly enjoyed it.
I paid $15 for one stick in Colorado for that.
Master,
Wow. Yeah, that's pricey, man. I
Everything's
mean, I don't know
pricey
what
in
you're paying for
Colorado.
everything else, but that's expensive.
$25 to $30 for a tin of Cornell and Deal.
Christ.
Yeah.
That's
Anybody want to hook a guy up with a job outside of Colorado?
Gamecock Piper says absolutely no PNC. Too many disappointments, delays, etc. Never another penny. I've had
Yeah.
the MB3 Toscano, kind of meh, says Old Dirty Shinobi.
I've had the entire Master Blend catalog, and the 1492s were better than all of those, in my opinion.
yeah, it was good.
What is it about it that you prefer? Like, if you could, with words.
The flavor profile, and then the cost. You get 2 sticks that you cut in half, so you get 4 smokes for around $15 versus the one smoke of a master aged, and most of those are pretty close to that price range.
Okay, gotcha.
And most of the master ages you can cut in half, so maybe you get 2 smokes, but I still get double the smoke, and the flavor profile is more agreeable. It's just all in all, it's better.
Okay.
1492 has been discontinued, though, right?
Yeah.
That's too bad.
Gamecock Piper says he's from South Carolina. Where are you at?
I'm in Charleston right now.
I'll be in South Carolina on Tuesday, so next week I'll be in South Carolina.
I am I'm here until the 21st for sure. But if this project does not go to plan, I will be here until it does.
Nice.
Because I'm already missing Katie's birthday.
Oh, I hate that for you, man.
Yeah, it makes me feel like a real good husband.
Are you always traveling for work?
No, not always. Just when it's necessary, which there are times it's more frequent than others.
That's where I'm at right now. Right now I'm having to travel. I used to travel 100% for work, and then my company had me working closer to home, but jobs are a little dry at the moment, so I've had to go back out on the road for a bit. And yeah, it's tough. It really sucks. Last week, or this week, I should say this week, I was able to actually bring my wife and daughter out for the first time. Really, that was kind of cool. But
you like Virginia's, Garrett? Straight Virginia type flakes and stuff. If you do, I would recommend this one. This has been really good, man.
Is that Blackjack?
No, this is Freiberg and Trier cut blended plug.
Oh, initially in the pipe smoking, I tried to avoid Virginias once I learned that they were what bit me the hardest.
Right.
But I tongue bite so quickly that, so by a rule, I try to steer clear as much as I can. But yet there's Virginias that I'll live through that pain for it.
Like 1849?
Yeah. Oh God, that's so good.
Yeah.
But also the profile of some Virginias, I find I don't enjoy the taste of.
Do you like Sammy G's full Virginia flake? It's a more robust Virginia. It's a very full Virginia in flavor.
The Virginia that hit me the best is another one that has left the market. Mac Baron's Virginia #1.
Yeah.
That one was tremendous.
No, it's still being made.
I thought that one was discontinued.
STG
it's a ready rub?
Yeah.
No, I just bought one not too long ago. It could be backstock, but I was thinking it was current production. Because the Mac Baron Virginia Flake, the regular, is certainly still in production. I don't know. I'll have to check that one up, Garrett. If I do have one, that would make me decide a little bit more picky when I open it, because I was thinking I could replace it.
I have a pound of the original Mac Baron production. I'm not going to have to worry about STG getting any of my money for a minute.
Right. Good for you, man.
I didn't waste. I spent a lot of money making sure that I wouldn't have to have regrets about this or that.
I understand.
The McBaron Virginia that I always really enjoyed was the HH Virginia flake. It was really good.
Which one?
HH Virginia.
I still
Yeah,
didn't
that
hear
one
the
was
what
pretty good.
Virginia?
HH.
H&H Virginia.
Oh, H&H. Okay. The M4 Virginia that Lukester gifted me a sample of, it's really good.
Yeah.
Out of the three I've had, which is the M4 Burley, Kentucky, and Virginia, all three of those have been winners, man. It sucks I come so late to that party and didn't try them until they were pretty much done. But really good stuff.
I had the M4 Burley flake for several years, and then after it had gone away, you had bought some, and you asked me, "Hey, have you ever tried this? Because it's really good." And I'm like, "I think I have a tin of that somewhere." And it was in a closet, and I dug it out, and it wasn't opened yet. It was still in the plastic, so I ripped it out of the plastic, peeled back the seal, smoked it. Of course, it was phenomenal. And I'm like, well, I've been sitting on this for 3 years, longer, missed opportunity.
I've
Yeah,
got
it's great.
at least a half a pound of each of the non-aromatic amphoras, and I regret nothing.
The Virginia was probably the closest example of what a really good codger over the counter Virginia could be. It was really easy to smoke and doesn't bite. And that's kind of how imported Virginia was for me. It was very simple and laid back. And another pouched Virginia that was really slept on, but Carolina Kirk, Walt and I both really enjoyed it. And that was Drexel 7, I think is what it was. Could have been 6. It was in Roman numerals. Uh, but it was just it was a vapor, very light on the perique, but it was a flake, beautiful.
I like Dr. Bob's nightmare comment here. He says he smoked an entire mason jar of bullseye flake in 2 weeks. Now I'll never get tongue bite anymore. It's like getting one good sunburn at the start of summer. Yeah, it's building calluses on your tongue, my friend.
I tried that so many times. I was in so much pain for so long. No,
Yeah, I just
just
love having rug burn on my tongue.
I enjoy the taste of pipe tobacco to the point where like that felt like a worthwhile endeavor.
I get it. I get it.
I
I
kinda,
I get tongue bite if I'm not cautious of it. Right now I'm a little bit like when you smoke enough pipes, yourself to where it's starting to get sensitive, and you're like, hey, if I don't pay attention, I'm going to regret it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I got a Virginia because I'm also really quick at learning.
uh, I fell in love with Virginia's hardcore before I could actually control the tongue bite. And so I think I kind of bullied myself into figuring it out how I could smoke this, leaf varietal without getting uh, overly tongue bite. I can't smoke it all day long. I wish I could. But I usually smoke a burley throughout the day. In the evening, I'll light up a bowl of Virginia or two. And I don't know. The other thing is Virginia's aged so well. When you've had some really nicely aged Virginias, it's what I imagine wine people are really into when they get like a fine aged wine and find a particular vintage year that you're really into. I know people like that uh, that will collect a blend from a certain year, like Capstan Blue from 2013. Dakota, I'll be right back.
Yep. Guys, I'm telling you, this one is delicious. If you get a chance, if you like straight Virginias, this one is good. I mean, really good. It's a little bitey, I'm not going to lie. Might be able to dry it out a little bit more and reduce some of that. But if you go into it knowing that, you just address it appropriately. Delicious straight Virginia flake. Really enjoyed it. A lot of bready notes. Um, some of the more full Virginia flavors are present in it.
What do you think about University Flake? As someone who likes Burley and
I haven't
Virginias.
had it in so long. I wasn't last time I had it, Garrett, to be honest with you, I wasn't like turned on to Burleys or Virginias at the time. I smoked straight Englishes for such a long time.
Jeremy,
I
I've got to call it an early night on this one.
All right, man.
All right. We'll catch you all next weekend. You guys keep talking, though.
Have a good one.
You too, man.
Garrett, what do you think about University Flake?
think it's. I mean, to say it's slept on is not. That's not accurate. But I think it's underappreciated for sure.
I understand. Yeah. There's a bunch of
It's
stuff that, for some reason, I just didn't try for the longest time. One of them being Peterson Irish Flake. I don't know if you've had that one.
yeah.
209 Piper Johnny, he sent me and Hunter some of that to split. Wonderful, wonderful blend. I don't know why I never tried it. You know what I mean? I'm not sure why I never tried it, but it was excellent. Really enjoyed it, and that'll be something I keep in the cellar for when I'm in the mood for something like that. Very bold, but easy to smoke.
University Flake is just a lighter take on the same profiles,
Okay,
essentially. Like, so it's Virginia and Burley, and but it's just comes across. It's like the summer take on Irish Flake, if you were to look at it like that.
I
I
just
think.
ordered some Sterling Flake, Rattray's Sterling Flake. It was $14-15 a tin, pretty good deal, and it's supposed to be a really stout Virginia Burley. I've never had it before, but that'll be in sometime next week, and I'm going to try it.
Isn't that the one with the aromatic topping?
Not that it mentioned in the description.
Mm.
I'm not sure. That Peterson Perfect Plug, I thought it was going to be far more aromatic. I had a tin of it put away and kind of slept on it for a long time. Had I known how well I would have liked it, I would have popped that tin a lot sooner than I did. It has a very lime green tin art, and then the description talks about a fruit topping. It sounds like it's going to be extremely aromatic, and no, you can kind of discern that there's a topping there. It's hard to even pinpoint what the topping was, and the flavor profile, because it has the Brazilian and the African air cured Virginias. It's a lot like the Galwith, the deeper, darker Galwith stuff. Very earth tone, delicious, very good.
Yeah, one that if you can ever get your hands on to try, I'd recommend if you like the Peterson's Perfect Plug, is Rever Plug.
Who makes that?
I don't know.
I've seen
I
that
just
name.
know
I have seen that name.
you have to get it from the UK.
Dr. Bob's Nightmare says he thinks Hunter's just trying to avoid the Rustica. That's all right, because David G's going to do some Rustica with me at midnight, guys. It's 20 minutes till, and we're going to do that. David actually says the Wessex Curly Block is almost a straight Virginia nice smoke. I want to try the Curly Block, David. The problem is they only sell it in the full log for $90 to $100+, and I haven't purchased it yet. The Golden Brick is delicious. I really like the Wessex Golden Brick. I was gifted a couple samples of that. I found that to be very delightful.
I've never tried that one.
The Curly Block is on my radar. Hunter did tell me one of the shops, it might have been West Virginia, the West Virginia pipe shop thing, whatever that website's called, because they divvy up big amounts of stuff. Maybe they had it that you could order by the ounce or something. But typically speaking, for the Wessex Curly Block, you got to buy the whole log, and it's kind of pricey.
I've never had either one of those because the price point is just beyond what I can reasonably agree to.
Right. Well, here's I was a big, still am, I'm a big cigar guy, right? So when you look at a mediocre cigar and then the very best pipe tobacco, there's still this huge discrepancy, right? So making steaks, right? I don't eat out much, so that affords me the ability to go pick out my own steaks, and on the weekend have this tradition or ritual where I grill. And as far as the money goes, there's some things is worth it to me, but I'm not going to experiment if I haven't tried it. Like we're talking about that curly block, the Wessex Curly Block. I think I would like it, but the initial investment, you got to buy such a large amount. I'm not sure, and pay $100 for something blind that I've never tasted. I'm with you there. But expensive pipe tobacco, especially for trying it once, so I know what it's about. You know, how much is an expensive tin? I'm not talking secondary market prices because that can get silly. But if there's a Germain's drop and you can get some esoterica, you know, $25 or something, that's expensive for a tin. But for me to try something new, it might be worth it. Not going to be in my daily
Yeah.
rotation, but
That's been hard. That would be really hard for me to say like, yeah, no, I think it'll be worth it because there's tins you can get for $12 that are amazing, and I don't I will be just as satisfied with that before I spend. I mean, how much are you paying for Wessex?
like Burley slice,
No, the curly block.
oh, it's $100 for the full log. I don't remember how many
Yeah,
ounces is in that, but it's that's why I haven't tried it. Now the golden brick I've had because it was gifted to me. I don't know the minimum purchase for that, but that's a plug, and the curly block is a spun. It looks like a big cigar.
yeah, that's the one that I'm thinking of, and last time I looked it up was going to be 150
And that's my price without that.
$50 for me.
Yeah, my price without the um, excess. Is that what you said you pay in Colorado? Excess tax,
Yeah, essentially it's like a sin tax.
right? Without that, it would be like around $100 for the whole curly block, the log. Um, it might be significantly more for you because I'm paying, you know, Cornell and Dill 10 for me is whatever it's sold at. I'm not paying really anything more.
Yeah, we pay 52% right now. So whatever
So
the price
retail
is plus
price
50,
plus 52%.
and then plus local sales and retail taxes.
I do think we pay local sales tax, but um, it's not significant. David, that's very gracious of you. It's not necessary. Thank you, my friend. If you feel so inclined, I will, but I'd love to try it. But thank you. I've been blessed with so much nice stuff to try, guys. I really have. I got a lot of paying it forward. I'm still doing. Hard to stay on top of. But I do like spun tobacco. Have you had the like brown Irish X, Garrett, or the black Irish X? Now the black
I've
for
had
me
both.
had an off-putting taste, and it's supposed to be just kind of a Maduroed, right? A stoved brown Irish X. It's supposed to be the same blend but stoved. But the sample that I purchased, a couple ounces of the black Irish X, has got a real off-putting taste. But the brown Irish X is very natural tobacco and a very strong presentation. Really, really like that. Really like that.
Yeah, I like the brown myself a lot more than the black, but I did get some black initially that was super dried out, and what I did to fix that changed the flavor to a flavor I enjoyed quite a bit. I soaked it in rum and let it so there's a half a shot of rum in the bottom of the mason jar. I had this big old dog turd of the black Irish twist. Left that in there and it just soaked it up like a napkin or whatever, and pulled all the rum up in there, and then I let that dry out for a couple days, and it's it's quite tasty.
Have
But
you had the
I mean
rum
that's
twist from them?
I have that they are not
Not
close to the same.
similar to what you're referring to.
No, because whatever was left of the flavoring they used on the black Irish twist changed all that.
The rum twist is pretty mild on the rum side of it, you know, which I like because rum's easy to overdo. I love rum tobacco, but I'm not a big aromatics guy. Like it's easy to overdo for me.
Yeah.
But the rum twist that I had, it was an aged sample. It was gifted to me as well. It was an aged sample, but I really thought it was delightful. It was really good.
Sorry, supposedly someone has my order now.
Dr. Bob's Nightmare says the rope of black twist he had, one end of it tasted off. I think I have a bad sample of it, Dr. Bob. To be honest with you, I really do. Carrie says sounds like something you'd go in with a group and divide up. She's absolutely right. Talking about the curly block. David says that big cigar is as dense as a baseball bat in that curly box. So that is, a lot of tobacco in a small amount of space there. Garrett Lukester says if you ever want to save some money on a big order, he can order it and ship it to you. He wouldn't mind at all. Lukester, that's very generous of you, man. Thank you. We appreciate you greatly. Brutal Enough says, do you think there are states with more pipe smokers than others? What is the pipe smokers' hotspots in the U.S.? Yeah, I would say there absolutely is, Brutal. I don't know exactly where the concentrations would be, though. But, like, for instance, the state I live in, because we have such a low population density, I think there's like 1.9 million in the whole state. Probably not a whole lot of pipe smokers here. That being said, there's some, right? Me and Hunter, Beans 316 is in the state. The Trekking Piper, I believe. I didn't realize he was in the state, but Gary Papa Bear said that he attends the Moundsville Pipe Club, which is in the state. So maybe he is, maybe he isn't. I'm not too sure. But if anyone has any input on that in the chat, please put it in. Angela looked it up. The South and the Midwest has the highest concentration of pipe smokers. So, not in Kansas, Carrie says. Hey, man.
Sorry, I don't know what happened. But I got cookies now.
Hey, you got your cookies.
The diabetic got his cookies.
They got the out of jail free card and got the cookies to you.
I'm willing to bet someone just rescued the cookies from someone else getting arrested.
Oh.
You sure you guys don't want to take trips with me?
New England. I would agree with that, Luxor. What is it, Garrett?
You sure you don't want to take trips with me? They always work out like this.
Oh, yeah, it sounds like you have amazing trips.
I wouldn't recommend it.
Kelly Mitchell says there's about 7 of us in Nebraska. David G nailed it. Concentrated at Muletown, man. You know, there's people from, like, you come from Colorado. Yeah, yep. That's a pretty long skip and a jump for our, autistic special interest here. To group you up with me again, unwillingly.
Nicotism is what you call it?
Hunter come up with that, but it's apropos, so I roll with it. I lean into it.
Yeah, I like it.
Some on one of the podcasts, they were talking about where people flew in from, and I guess some people really flew in from far away, and I can't remember what states and stuff, but there was some really far.
I met some people from California, and I met another person that technically lives in Alaska, but they were only like 2 states over when the show was happening.
Okay. Alvin, older gentleman named Alvin, was from Texas. I do know that. But I don't know how far Tennessee is from Texas, really. So that might not be as far as it seems in my mind.
I drove it with a semi once. It took me like hours. But that was, I was in a gutless truck going up big hills, so it took a lot longer than it ought to.
What part of Colorado are you in?
I'm north of Denver.
Gotcha. Colorado is an interesting state in my mind's eye. There's a lot of cool stuff for me: hunting, outdoor stuff, whitewater rafting.
And it'll all go away.
Do tell.
There's just a trend with the politics in Denver to restrict things and restrict things and restrict things, and add fees and impose extra taxes to then spend that money on stuff that has nothing to do with it.
I got you. Okay.
I'm trying not to be political.
But you're seeing a negative trend with the way that the resources are being utilized. I get you.
Well, there's a strong trend of just restriction and adding cost. And that's
if you want to beat up on government overreach here, this is my channel, man. I'm gonna give you free reign to
I try to avoid that period just because politics is it's not just black and white. There's 75 shades of gray for everybody else, and some people only see it as black and white. They don't see the other grays.
I
And
can
it's
sum mine up real quick. I think you'll enjoy this too. I'm a political atheist. I don't believe in any of them. But I'm not saying I'm an anarchist, right? I'm not saying I don't believe in the rule of law. I'm saying right now the two-party system is two birds of the same tyrannical bird. That's what I'm saying. We're living in a post-constitutional U.S. where the government has outgrown its usefulness, and just like a virus or a cancer, once it's to that size, its only end game, the only goal is self-preservation.
absolutely, and that's all they want to do is fight to keep their head above water, where what's on their plate doesn't change.
Absolutely.
And the trouble is that everybody wants to focus on minute issues for me.
Yeah.
No one sees the big picture. We all have, at some point, everybody has to come to terms that I'm not going to agree with you, you're not going to agree with me on everything, and we have to come to a middle ground that we agree with that sucks for both of us.
There is a governor or senator race in the Midwest somewhere where both of the players did a commercial together that says, "Hey, these are the things we agree on, and my opinion is I think this is how we get there." This other guy's like, "I think this is how we get there, and we both hope you vote for us." But they did it together and was like, "We both approve this message," and I thought that was pretty cool, man. I'm not seeing much of that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, Colorado is I don't. There's not an accurate way to describe what's going on there now. It's becoming a really hard place to want to be. It's a beautiful state. There's lots of great things to do. Some of my favorite hobbies are totally available there right now, but it's not going to be that way for long.
Old Dirty Shinobi brings up a good point, and I understand anarchy from an academic standpoint. The problem with that is there's 30 different flavors of anarchy, and I don't know how you could ever implement any of them, how you could ever get there. It's an interesting thought exercise, but I get it from the academic level of what true anarchy would mean. That voluntarism, I do, I get it, but I just don't understand how it could ever be a viable implementation of anything at this point.
That would require that you violate human nature. Human nature is greedy and selfish, and anarchy opens doors to that at a rate that I don't think would pan out.
I agree with voluntarism on a principle basis. I don't see any way of implementation to where it could ever work. I like Dr. Bob's Nightmares comment here. My dream is to be a hermit living alone in the middle of nowhere. I'm halfway there. I am in the middle of nowhere, and I do like it. Brutal Enough says anarchy. Look at large parts of Africa. Brutal Enough, you got a great point, but that's also not raw anarchy because no one's volunteered for that. That's an abuse of positional power. But anarchy and mob rule. Let's talk about that. Who has the guns? Who has the power? Power makes might makes right. Pure democracy is mob rule as well. You think any small special group is getting any true representation with a true democracy? There's problems all the way across the board, man, with all political persuasions and everything. Kelly says most of the people that are in favor of anarchy wouldn't survive it.
I do agree with that.
The thing is, though, is I agree with it, but anarchy in principle doesn't mean, well, that's how it would end up, right? It's just like communism on paper looks pretty attractive, right? But if you were a student of history and you look at any implementation of it, and then the true communists would be like, it's never been done right, But
but that's always what's said, and that's the truth with
correct,
everything.
correct.
People say that about democracy. They'll say that about socialism. They'll say it about everything. Is because we have this idealized way that it should or might work, and
Yeah,
that's where I get back to that whole violating human nature. People corrupt this because they have this selfish view, and that it doesn't matter what the ideal version is. What's going to actually happen is going to be whatever benefits the person at the top, or it's even closest to the top, the most.
let me bring something up, and I think you just nailed on it. Like 3 minutes till the Rustica guys. Like let's look at capitalism right here in the West, and everybody knows it's crony capitalism. You got all these people in the streets talking about fascism, and here's the thing: they don't know what the hell they're talking about, and fascism exists, which is so ironic. You got Antifa, anti-fascist, and they're a bunch of tools, and it's silly. That being said, you look at the revolving door between industry and government, the head of Monsanto becoming the head of FDA or big pharma and governing bodies in that revolving door. That's fascism. It does exist, but the people crying about fascism don't even know what the hell they're talking about. So it's people are uneducated and they like regurgitating things that sound good to them and thinking with their emotions. But there's still students of history out there and good thought being done. And if there's any hope for humanity, it lies in the bottom of a bag of Rustica snuff.
I'll have a bowl of Rustica, but I'd have to go out to my
Did you
rental
smell
car for
this?
that. No.
Oh man, I should have had you smell it at least. It's stinky.
I've tried snuff and it's never caught on for me.
It certainly isn't for everyone. I think I'm a hopeless romantic, and knowing the history of it just pushes me through the downsides of it. You know what I mean? Because it's not all ups. It's got some downsides for sure. All right,
My
guys.
favorite
Pardon?
part of when people do snuff is that everyone around you gets to smell it like you're smelling it. Because as you breathe out, like it all leaves. So like we all get to know what it smells like. Only you get to feel it.
Okay. I don't know if I've not been around people snuffing. I've just always done it myself, so I don't know.
Will Bill sent me some that was like Smoker's Choice or what. It had a very interesting smell to it. And when Katie tried it next to me on the couch, I could smell it the same as when I put my nose to the can.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, guys, here we are. It is exactly midnight on the East Coast. David G, here we go, buddy. Pure Rustica tobacco. And Hunter is getting double dose next week, and we're giving him hell all week. Here we go. Woo! I'll tell you what, man, that stuff will make you bark at the moon. Holy cow.
And it's bedtime.
I'm getting off here, but I don't know if I can sleep right now. Good Lord. All right. But not that powdered death you're doing. That is not meant to be done on its own. This is total abuse of that product. That is meant to be mixed in with other blends to give it a bit more nicotine. Yeah, no, I agree with David G completely. Unfortunately, the original ideas of the founding fathers have been tweaked for the better and is not working. Yeah, there's a huge disconnect. One of the founding principles was consent of the governed, and no matter what side of the political aisle you're on, no one agrees with this bull crap going on at the top. All right, everyone, thanks for stopping by. Garrett, man, I appreciate you being here. You brought not just another perspective, but a lot of great information. You're well educated on our hobby, and I appreciate that because I'm not. So thanks for stopping by, man. It was great chatting with you.
On an autistic level, that is my hobby.
Hey, Yusuf jumped in here right at the end. Hey, buddy, hope you're doing well, man.
He's alive.
Yusuf, send me an email. I know you have an email out there. I don't have it. CaptainBurleySlice@gmail.com. I'd love to be able to get a hold of you. Everyone, thank you so much. You guys are awesome. I love you all. It's the best community in the whole daggone world, man. So with that,